putting up with us and arranging all this hall with us and helping us out in every way that they could. I would also like to thank the organizers of this program, Ahmed Umar, Fakia Khan, Dr. Fawzia Khan, Fawad Hussain, Akhtar Hussain. They've put in a valiant effort. And if you have any questions or any problems during the seminar, you can please go to them or any one of us, and we'll be able to help you out in whatever way we can. We have all of these material available of our different products, different quotations. That is for you to see. If you like it, you can always buy it. First of all, let me apologize for the delay. We've been waiting for a lot of people. They haven't made it as yet. So we are already half hour late. So that only puts us half hour from the closing. We'll be closing, inshallah ta'ala, maximum by 7 o'clock. Let me give you a rundown of how the program is going to be. The first session is going to start at 1:45. After I give you the introduction of this program and our companies and who we are and what we do, the first session with Mr. Faisal will start at 1:45 and it will go up to 2:15. That will be a very small session which will give you the introduction of what this program is all about. The second session is going to start at 2:15 and it's going to go up to 3:45. At 3:45 we're going to have a tea break. For those of you who would like to say their prayers, there is a place available for that. Half-hour tea break. After that, the second and the last session will start. That session will last till 5:45. It will start at 4:15 and go up to 5:45. After the last session this session is up, our closing round will start. We would have a success story in that closing round. We will have a question and answer session in that closing round, and we will conclude the session. For those of you who have paid for this seminar or registered for this seminar, you will be given certificates. Your certificates will be lying over here inside the hall, and I would advise you to please get them before you leave. At the end of the session, there is a lot of chaos. Everybody is rushing here and there. Please don't forget your certificates in that rush. Now, starting with the companies, with the seminars, in fact. This is the third seminar that we're holding by the name of The Road to Success. The first one was on the May 13th, 1997. That was held in American Center. It was by the name of the Sixth Discipline. The second seminar was held right here in this hall on October 18th, which was called The Road to Success. And this is the third, the latest version of the seminars, The Road to Success, A Step Ahead. The topic, as usual, is success. Now, what exactly does that mean? We have had a lot of problems explaining to people what this topic is all about. For instance, I can quote you an example. I called somebody up, CEO of a textile mill, and I asked, sir, I'm calling from Ace Consulting, and I would like you to nominate a few people for a seminar. And he said, oh, what's the seminar all about? I said, oh, sir, it's about success. He said, success? In Pakistan? Don't tell me. I said, yes, it is in Pakistan, and it is about success. Anyway, that guy is not here. But all of you are here. So I believe that there must be something in it for you. I think there is something in it for everyone. What we are talking about is basically self-empowerment. The times are bad, and they're never going to be better. You are the only people who have what it takes to make success out of yourself. How you define success, whether it's in terms of finances, whether it's in terms of emotional success, whether it is in terms of your health, however you define success. Having a healthy relationship with your family, having a healthy relationship with your colleagues, being a well-balanced, mature person, however you define success, it's inside of you. This seminar is basically going to tell you what is the success process and how everyone can use that process to become successful, however or which way you want to be successful. I think Mr. Faisal will be in a better position to explain the background of this seminar. So I will continue onwards, and I will come up to give you a brief introduction to our companies, who we are and what we do. Okay. Now this is just a snapshot of our office, which is located on at 101A Bridge Colony, Lahore. This is the name, the group of companies, the ACE companies. ACE in itself stands for Attitude and Commitment for Excellence. One meaning is ACE, if you look at the dictionary meaning is of unique quality, number one quality. But A, C, and E in our own terminology stand for Attitude and Commitment for Excellence. However, it's very difficult, it's a very simple name I must say, but it's very difficult for some of the people who just cannot understand what this name is. For instance, I can give you an example. I hope you don't mind my example. If you do, please excuse me, but I think it's very funny. I hope you find it funny as well. I called up frequently, this is not just which happens one time. Frequently it happens that you call and you say, hello, my name is so-and-so, and I'm calling from ACE Consulting. They say, S? I said, no, it's A-C-E, ACE. Okay. So people frequently misuse that. So what does ACE mean? Like I said before, excellence of highest quality, outstanding, unique, number one. We have our corporate colors. If you see all the colors that we use, mostly you'll find they are blue and black. The reason behind is that blue, like the sky or the ocean, represents vision, depth, and height, whereas black represents glamour, power, and grace. This is a corporate bird. And why? Because it has these qualities: speed, vision, uniqueness, individuality, initiative, and determination. This is our mission statement, which is basically to make a difference in the human systems of our lives. They include the corporate sector, the individual, the social sector. Every one of us is a human system or a part of a human system. And the way we do it is by facilitating a process of self-learning, self-change, and self-awareness. Our mission is to be the number one fully integrated consulting and training practice in all the markets that we operate in. And this is how we propose we're going to do it. We're going to do it by holding on to our integrity, by the commitment, and by being honest to ourselves as well as to the people that we work with, and by acting what we preach. So we're not in the process or in the habit of preaching something that we don't practice. So we always like to be known as somebody or some people who practice what they say. Being in the change field, this is our model of change. And we suggest that no change is possible, whether it is personal, social, or corporate, unless the person, the individual himself or herself, takes the initiative, take that change, to make a change in his or her own life. Now, for the corporate sector, like you saw the part of corporate change, for the corporate sector, ACE Consulting is the company that takes care of corporate sector. ACE Learnings is the company that is into research and development. ASA Foundation is a charity company which takes care of the social change aspect. And FireQuest Co is the newest company in this family, which is talking about personal development and personal change. ACE Consulting, it was formed by some of the leading professionals in this field, in the field of consulting, in the field of training, public speaking, teaching. And we are basically the only company in Pakistan who are fully integrated. That means that we have the management as well as the behavioral backgrounds, which we utilize to the fullest effect by bringing about change in the society, in the corporate sector, and so on and so forth. And we are non-audit based practice. Some of the things that we do in ACE Consulting are highlighted in this slide: organization and people management, strategy management, customer management, quality, production and operations, information, financial, and marketing management. Ace Learnings is the sister wing for all of these companies, which is solely responsible for all the research and development. All that material that you see lying on the tables is a product of Ace Learnings. WiseQuest is a public speaking company, and some of the topics, so far we have only touched upon one topic in these previous 3 seminars. That was personal mastery, and this seminar is also about personal mastery. However, there are other topics, personal success. However, there are other topics that we can touch upon and will be touching upon in the near future. Relationship mastery, spiritual mastery, and social responsibility are just a few of them. Al-Asr, Surah Asr, that is the background or the enlightenment for Asr Foundation, which is our charity organization. And our belief is that no greater charity can be bestowed on suffering humanity than the right knowledge that leads to right action. So all the proceedings of what we do in WiseQuest Go, a part of it goes to Asr Foundation to fund our seminars, which we do free of cost for that part of the society which cannot afford to be in this place at this time. So we have done it for prison populations, we have done it for public schools, we have done it for millions of people all over Pakistan. And basically, Asr Foundation and WiseQuest Go, they go hand in hand. WiseQuest Go takes the money from those who can afford it, and in a way distributes it to those who cannot. Finally, we come to the speaker, Mr. Faisal, who has been a leader in change management and HR in Pakistan since he was the first one in Pakistan to talk about this whole field and introduce the concept of human resource development and change management. He has been a consultant, a trainer, a public speaker, and a teacher for the past 7 to 8 years. He has been trained at several premier institutes all over the world, such as NTL, which is National Training Laboratories, Institute of Applied Behavioral Sciences in USA, Tavistock Institute of Applied Behavioral Sciences, Tavistock Institute of Human Relations, which is in UK, and Harvard Business School. He has recently been awarded the membership of National Speakers Association. For those of you who were present in the last seminar was the time when he was given that membership of NSA, which is one of the premier bodies of public speakers. And before I think I go on any further, I would like to call upon Mr. Faisal himself so he can talk about his dreams and he can talk about the seminar and the background. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the program.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Before I start, I'd like to thank you all who have taken this pain to come to the seminar. And I must share the kind of experience we have gone through to make this seminar a reality, basically. It's been almost, I would say, a year since we held the first seminar. That was back in May last year. Since that seminar, we have come a long way, a long way. As Nishad has earlier told you, that the dream is to bring a change in the society, and that's exactly what I will be talking about throughout the seminar. And I would also like to tell you, this word change, somehow it has become very widely used or sometimes misused or abused word of this century, and I believe it's going to stay as it is even to the next one. Well, the change which we are talking about is a different change. It's not change for the act of it, it's a change meant to do something. So that's exactly the change we'll be talking about. Now, the history of the seminar is something like that I took a big decision of changing everything I had, basically, without really, not mentioning a relationship, but my job, the lifestyle, and I was very well settled in the job, but somehow I discovered something else, which I like you to realize, because that is not only my discovery, that is a discovery of millions of people I have The result, a seminar like this back in 1995 changed my life. I've come a long way since then, and all those people who know me personally, and I can see at least 40, 50 people, and I'm really thankful to those people who were everywhere I'm speaking, they're there. And at the end of the seminar, I like to ask them, why are they present in the seminar? Doesn't matter if it's the third seminar, the fourth seminar, the fifth seminar. And I remember one person who missed the first seminar. He has done the second, he has done the third. He came over to me and he said, can I watch the video for the first seminar? I was not there, and I can even pay for just watching the video for the first seminar. So thank you very much for all those people who have given me all this support. But on the other hand, I also like to share that life is not as easy as you people might think. Life is very tough, and we are trying to manage through it. I love those people who have given me all the support, millions of people, and there are a crowd of others down the other side of the road who are trying to make it a sabotage. I don't know why. So this is, I must clarify one thing, that this seminar is basically a no money making activity. This is my promise to the society, and I really respect the society who has given me so much in the last 9 years of my being in Pakistan, that I can stand here and I can talk for hours. So I thought that I owe something back to the society. So that was an effort, a sincere effort, the first step I took back in the month of May. That I like to share my experiences and also the experiences of all those people I have met all over the globe. The result was surprising, and as you guys are learning, I am also in the process of learning. And every single research I did after the first discovery, and all the material which I read, tons and tons of material, it is basically reinforcing my findings. So whatever I'm saying is basically what I am saying, but it is supported by millions of examples. And there are many people who are in this field somehow associated, and they can really tell you over the tea break that yes, exactly each and every word is not something which is just coming from a book. It is something which is basically law of nature, and somehow maybe we have forgotten those laws. So we have had a tough time with the science department and all those people who thought, and one example I like to give, I went to the science department to seek permission for holding the seminar, and I was told, it has to be an entertainment program. They thought it's going to be a sort of a dance party or maybe a catwalk show or something of that sort. And I spent hours and hours trying to communicate to the person, sir, this is a seminar, and he goes, usi ke paas mein. He goes, very 50 साल हो गए मैं आज तक पाकिस्तानियों को 300 रुपया खर्च करते नहीं देखा ट्रेनिंग पे क्या ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜੇ 300,000 ਟਿਕਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੇ ਤੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਸ਼ੋ ਹੋਣਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ and I thought for a minute let's call it a day and stop doing it, but then the same commitment and I was somehow struck me, and I thought नहीं यार करना तो है जैसे भी, let's do it the other way. So ये problems हैं, it's very difficult, but still I am extremely thankful to all those people who have made it, and I'm going to name those organizations at the end of the program, in organizations who have supported us to make this a reality, because it's a heavily subsidized seminar, and if those organizations were not here to support this effort, there was no way for us to hold this seminar. So thank you very much again. Now, the seminar is basically about, I'm not going to bring something from alien world. Every single word of the seminar which I will be discussing is something which you know, I know, and I can guarantee you there is not going to be any sort of confrontation, because that's the feedback which I will be receiving. No one can deny even a single word of the seminar. It happened around us. It is happening. Every single word is happening. And just close down your eyes and try to see that last year we celebrated the 50th anniversary of Pakistan. What actually we had to celebrate? what is our achievement for the last 50 years. Look at the miseries of the people around you. I can share those miseries because I also work as a personal counselor, a marriage counselor, a relationship counselor to those people. I know the misery people living with. But it's so unfortunate that the kind of an attitude they have in their life and whatever they are today is not because of someone did something bad to them, but it's basically because of their own selves. But they have all the blames and abuses to give to the society or to give to the politicians and to give to the government of Pakistan. But if you ask them what exactly did they do at their own to make their dream a success, they won't have much to say. So my experience suggests that the 90% of the people, they really don't know the implication or the cost of no change. And people are not as bad as we think. We think everyone is corrupt, but I don't think so. My experience suggests that 90% of people I have met, and I've tried to convey a message, they are receptive. And they've been doing few things without knowing the cost of doing it. And if you just are able to tell them or to bring them to that point when they can see the cost of no change, they are willing to change. But that first step is so difficult to take that most of the people, like Vishal earlier told you, it is so difficult. It is so difficult. You see, in a city of 10 million people, Lahore, there are only 200 people looking for success. So you can just imagine the belief people are living with. And that is the commitment. They go out to a restaurant, spend 500 rupees, and that money is finished, bottom line. But they are not willing to commit 400 rupees, which is heavily subsidized, to bring a change in their life. Because they have a belief. And the belief is what? Oh, nothing will change. If the success was for 400 rupees, everybody would like to have it. So the very first thing which they are living with is the wrong belief system. They are not even willing, they are not even receptive to listen to an idea. That's where all the misery starts. So my dear, 48 hours are going to be extremely critical. For first 48 hours, the feedback of all those people who have made tremendous success as a result of these seminars since May, officially speaking, and for the last 3 years at least, unofficially, all those people who have been coming over to me to share their success stories, about 90% of the people who have witnessed a big change in their life, about 90% of the people who have really did something, a person, I remember the last seminar, I quoted that person, the person was sitting there, a person who was looking for a job, and he was extremely unhappy for last 1 year. Right after the seminar, within 3 months, he ended up starting a business and he's employing about 10 people now. My dear, this seminar can bring so many changes in you. It's extremely difficult for me to give a name to this seminar, and at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you to help me find the right name for it. Because it can, hundreds of examples people have given me, oh, it has improved my relationship, it has improved my this, it has improved my this, it has improved, helped me in discovering what I am, what is the purpose, what is the dream. Few people have made tremendous success in a financial terms. Few people have a good success in the relationship. So in relationship with the kids, relationship with society. कुछ लोगों की जिंदगी में change in terms of spiritualism, meditation. And I can see a lot of people nodding their heads. Thank you very much for your support. कि ये जो है, इसमें you will walk out with 100 maybe 1,000 of tips, techniques, and strategies. You don't need to have a copy. You don't need to have a pencil. I am just looking for you. Just be here. Give best you have. And the best you have is your attention, your mind, your honesty, your commitment, and your time. And at the end of the day, at 6:30 or 7 o'clock, please tell me, is it a crap? Do you really think it can do something for you? And if it is, let's take a step and do something for this country who has supported us for at least last 50 years. So that is going to be my only question. Please be here, open your mind. You know, see, like if you start pouring the new tea in the old cup, or in the cup which has a old tea in it, you see that you will not have the taste of the real thing. Right? So my own honest opinion, your mind is just like a cup. Before you start pouring the new stuff in it, please empty your mind. All you people from last many years, you are living with some set of assumptions. I'm not blaming you. But those assumptions are those which you have learned from the society around you, or maybe you have just picked up those things and doing unconsciously because everybody is doing the same way. So my honest advice to you all is, before start putting the new stuff in your mind, please empty the mind. Leave your preconceived notions and beliefs. And then, at the end of the day, just tell me, what do you think of that? Okay? Before I start, I'm going to give you, I've collected a few pictures. Those pictures that I've collected, that is our society, our own Lahore, not very far away. इसी लाहौर से करीब के 2 मील के रेडियस के अंदर एक रात में हमने कुछ तस्वीरें खींची और वो सारी नहीं खींच सके जितनी है आई एम गोइंग टू शो इट टू यू कि ये है हमारा मतलब ऑन द अदर हैंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स व्हिच यू सी सोचिए कि हैव यू डू यू रीड उर्दू न्यूज़पेपर इन द मॉर्निंग look at the bomb blast, look at the rapes, look at the other terrorist activities going on. The whole newspaper is full of frustration, and if you just read it in the morning for 5-10 minutes, and if you are really sensible or a sensitive person, your whole day is gone. But most of the people, we have just started living with the fact that is what we are. And we are all waiting for the time when a Messiah will come, land in this earth on the globe, and change the life. But we don't want to take the first step towards it. We are waiting for a push. And that's exactly the dilemma. My dear, it has changed the life of thousands of people. And if there is a change, there is only one way to bring a change. Each and every one of us has to stay committed to the change. And we need to change. It is extremely difficult to change others. And it is extremely easy, comparative terms ke andar, to change your own self. The life which you see, whatever you see, is not what is happening. It's what you want to see. Change your paradigm and the life changes all. If you say life is good, life becomes good. You will find 20 reasons to believe that life is extremely beautiful. But if you start your day by saying, oh, this life is a shit or a bitch, I'm sorry for the language. So your mind, Mr. Negative or Mr. Left brain will tell you, yes, life is like that. So my dear, everything is here. The concept of Iqbal, Buddhi, the self. What is that concept there? We saw the there are many people who see the same thing, but everybody walk out with a separate learning. So मेरे भी यही है कि जितने लोग आप बैठे हैं, I'm not going to give you a set 2 + 2 4 formula, but by this end of the program, every one of you will make his own life plan. And you will commit. And that's all I'm looking for. Just a commitment. A gentleman's commitment. Within the first 48 hours, spend some time with you, develop your life plan, and then stay committed to it. That's how you will bring the change. Okay? I will have to ask you to turn this on. Yeah, you like that. थोड़ा सा आवाज आ जाए करे ताकि मुझे पता चलते कि you are very much with me. So, like a small kid, बच्चा भी पैदा होता है तो there is a lot of dependence of the child on the parents. And then जब बच्चा बड़ा होता है क्या करता है वो? Daddy, I have grown up. I can take my own decisions, right? So what he wants? That's exactly what we did. So anthropology का field is no more different than any other field. Anthropology is science of the society. तो क्या होता है? Independence चाहिए उसको. कहता मुझे आज़ादी चाहिए. And that's exactly what we did as nations. Early this century, 1947, 48 में India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, सब आज़ाद हो गए. And what we have done since then. And in this whole century, the mankind at this point in time, right at the verge of 21st century, what have we discovered? We have discovered, oh my goodness, what did I do? There is no way that we can live independent. There is no way we can live, you get the answer. There is no way we can dependent because the man was sent to be interdependent. If you want to be dependent, go and live in jungles. And that's what exactly the management, the society, the anthropology, the medical sciences is saying. Every step you take, make sure that you are not taking that step at the cost of someone. And that's exactly the lesson of 21st century, not for individuals only, but also for the management professionals. Talk to those people who are teaching or who are implementing total quality and business process reasoning and change initiatives. Why they are including societies and communities, and why companies like Nestle, Tetra Pak, Shell, they would like to spend so much amount of money to do something for the society. Where has that old concept of a salesman gone? And what was the old concept of salesman? Salesman is he who can sell the refrigerator to a Eskimo. But how many times you can sell a refrigerator to a Eskimo? That's what the salespeople and the management scientists have discovered at the end of the century. Hey, we are not looking for those smart people who can sell a refrigerator to Eskimos. We have to build generation and generation of satisfied consumers. That is the success. And you cannot do that if you are dishonest with your people. So all those societies, now look at it, what we have done. All this European Commission thing, European Union, 11 nations are together now, they're talking about the single currency. And remember at that level, we used to have a single currency, and that currency used to be gold. Then we started creating our own states. And at the end of the day, we have discovered, 21वीं सदी में, कि इंसान was sent to be interdependent. Look at from your son or from your daughter point of view. Daddy, I am independent. And the poor guy, when he gets married, then he realizes, I'm no more independent. Then he realized, hey, my wife is dependent on me and I'm dependent on her, cooking me food and getting me ready in the morning to go to the office. Oh, my kids are dependent on me for food, lodging, and education, and I'm going to be dependent on my kids. So this new concept of interdependence has taken over the whole society. As an individual, as a community, as a nation, what has this concept of ISO 9000, where it is coming from? You cannot export because open market. Globalization का concept क्या है? Again, we are going to reduce. पहले हमने पूरी सदी गुजारी trade barriers खड़े करते हुए अपनी डेटा डील की मसीद बनाते हुए अब उगराने के चक्कर में. And there is a prediction by the end of next century we might not even have a passport. This world of God is going to be one place, and you travel wherever you like to go independently and earn whatever you like to do. So the same way, if you look at the history of the society from the anthropology point of view, and that's exactly what you see today happening, and that's exactly how we are going to start 21st century. It's the promise of 21st century that 21st century, basically you will see so much change around you that you have not even witnessed in last 20 centuries. That one century is going to change going to give you so much change, and only those people will leave, will be able to walk out in that century who have learned to change at a much faster pace than the rate of the change of the environment around us. So psychology, my dear, उठा लें, anthropology उठा लें, management उठा लें, history उठा लें, that's what is happening, and we need to prepare ourselves. So my dear, the kind of a success I'm talking about is a success which you cannot get by isolating yourself. That is not the success I'm talking about, or I will be talking about. The success is a part of your success is a part of a bigger human system you live in. And all those people who made tremendous success in their life, I'm not talking about these people, our lousy role models, I'm sorry to call them. I'm talking about really good people, the success, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of what they have acquired in terms of wealth, the respect, recognition, in addition to the money they have. People like Bill Gates, people like Anthony Robbins, people like Mother Teresa, people like Abdul Sattar Ezi, people like Mr. ये जो आपका है McDonald, people like Colonel Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken. They are those people who literally rose from ashes, and they made tremendous success in their life. Not only for them, and also I'm sorry to name a few other. I can name Pakistani. Saga Sports, and I think there is going to be somebody from Saga Sports to share their success stories in Pakistan. Sialkot ke andar 30,000 football a day manufacture karte hain and send it to Adidas. Saga Sports. That person literally rose from ashes, and he is a billionaire by today. High Noon Textile, Javed Tariq Khan, a third grade officer, used to ride on a bicycle and ride the bicycle for at least 16 kilometers every day. And now Mr. Javed Tariq Khan is the chairman of High Noon Group. So ये भी लोग हैं पाकिस्तान के अंदर, वो लोग आपको नजर आते हैं, but because of lack of research facilities, उनका नाम लेने वाला कोई नहीं है. So that success, all those people, doesn't matter if you are sitting, you're talking with Bill Gates, or Winston Churchill, or Henry Ford, or Mr. Honda of Honda Motor Corporation, or Javed Tariq Khan, or Khurshid Sufi of Saga Sports. The success formula, it is unbelievable. It was at that time, even for me, to sustain. The success recipe is there. दुनिया के किसी जगह से success person mastering the literature उठा लीजिए and test it out with those people who you think made tremendous success in their life, and they will tell you, my dear, if that is exactly. And last seminar के अंदर we picked up another success story from Pakistan. Sampac Group के मालिक सैयद मोहम्मद मकबूल साहब का बेटा आया हुआ था. He is also a person जिनके घर कच्चा घर था. उन्होंने 22 साल की उम्र तक सड़क नहीं देखी थी, ट्रेन नहीं देखी थी, बिजली नहीं थी. इस वक्त वो पाकिस्तान में आपके सामने सैमपैक ग्रुप यहाँ पे नजर आता है आपको. It's only a journey of 17 years. So there are so many people. Pakistan is also full of success stories. So I am not saying that Pakistani people don't have the potential to make success. I'm saying, my dear, God has gifted us with so much potential that you can, I can, and all of us together can really create or make a new country, a different sort of a country. How much time do we consider or spend every day, to just look at us, just to find out, oh, yaar, main itna bada ho gaya, what I am going to leave behind for my kids? होता जिदार बना लूँ, ये बना लूँ. कभी सोचा किस किस्म की सोसाइटी देके जा रहे हैं उसको, जिसमें ये नहीं पता सुबह उसने जाना है वापस आना भी है. ये बातें ऊपर से गुजर जाती हैं हमारे. So my idea, the purpose of the seminar is also to talk about those, and it is going to be, the seminar is going to be in two sections, as I told you. The very first 90 minutes I'm going to spend, it is very difficult again just to compress the experience which I have had from last at least 10 years in the field, or research the part, talking about the tons of about 2,000 books. to compress it in few hours. But I believe that you will get something out of it. If you are looking for very specific question, I think you will even get those. So the first module is going to be the success process. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the steps you need to take to become successful in your life? The second one is going to be the success habits or the success traits. What are the qualities of those people who made tremendous success in their life? So that's how we are going to deliver the seminar. So my dear, अब आपसे मुझे ये बताइए, how many of you are looking for success? Can I request someone to turn the lights from the back on, please? How many of you are looking for success? Everybody is looking for success. But my dear, अब दूसरा सवाल मेरा ये है, how many of you can claim that you really spend some time every day to take a step further towards your success model, or towards your success destination even for that? That is the result. That's exactly what I want you to know. We have a dream, but we really don't know that it is never going to happen unless we do something about it. जब वो कहते हैं ना, मैं लोगों से पूछा है जन्नत में जाना है, कहते सारे कहते हैं जन्नत में जाना है, लेकिन nobody wants to die. जन्नत में जाने से पहले you have to die, my dear. So if you want to become successful, you need to work. You know, the dictionary is the only place where you see success before work. That's the only place. Otherwise, success before work, मुझे तो आज नजर नहीं आई. अगर आपको आई तो please मुझे जरूर बताइएगा. ठीक है? So you can contribute to my library. So the same way, my dear, the success is always, all those people who made tremendous success in their life, they say, twice, people call me lucky. But you see, if working 12 hours a day from last 17 years, you call it being lucky, then everybody can be lucky. All those people, they are workaholics. So ये चीजें भी आपको वीडियो की शेयर में भी मैं कंक्लूजन में शो करूंगा. लाइट प्लीज बंद कर दीजिए. Okay, now why we have given this name, the road to success? My dear, because success is a journey, and I think you agree to that success is a journey. And when it's a journey, it means that you are continuously moving towards it. There is no such thing. मुझे लोग पूछते हैं यार life की को बताओ. मैं कहता हूँ life is just like walking on front of a stream roller. A road roller नहीं होता, सड़क पे खाता है. Life is just like a walking or maybe running in front of a stream roller. As long as you are running, you will never ever let a stream roller catch you because बहुत ऐसा चलता है. Right? Yes. देखिए मुझे आपकी शक्लें तो नजर आ रही है. अगर आवाज आ जाएगी तो मुझे थोड़ा सी अच्छा लगेगा. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. But remember, if at any given day you just sit down, what would happen? You will get squashed. नुचड़ जाएंगे. Stream roller के नीचे आ गए तो नुचड़ जाएंगे. And that's exactly, my dear, what the life is. As long as you are moving, you are going to make it happen. But the moment you sit down, you are going to get squashed, and that's exactly what has happened to almost 90% of those people who are extremely unhappy with their lives. They sat down. They never did, and they were not taking steps on a daily basis to make it happen. So that's why I call the road to success. And now, there is a little saying of Robert Frost here. This saying has changed my life. इस saying से when I was in matric, मुझे ये नजर आया, और if nothing else, I got one point very clear. It was stuck in my mind. आज तक ये है. And my wife knows कि मेरे bedroom में मेरी wardrobe के ऊपर लिखी होती है. Now ये इससे मुझे एक चीज मिली थी, वो ये थी less traveled. Two roads diverged in a wood and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. It means कि जो successful लोग हैं, उन्होंने कोई अनोखा काम किया है तो वो successful बने हैं. सक्सेस फॉलो से नहीं आती। अगर आप आंखें बंद कर लीजिए, whatever has happened to textile in Pakistan and all those things, you know, all they are not successful people. अगर आप जितने भी लोगों की आंखें बंद करके देख लीजिए, those people who made tremendous success in their life, they opted for a road which was never ever traveled before. Mr. McDonald came up with the idea of starting a McDonald's chain. Burger King ने इसको नकल मारी. आज तक Burger King is not able to catch McDonald and never will able to. Kentucky came up with a new idea of a fried chicken. दोबारा दुनिया का कोई शख्स आ जाए, they cannot bypass Kentucky because he was the one, instead of just starting a restaurant chain to follow others, he came up with the idea of traveling something which was never traveled before. यार देखते हैं चिकन का आइडिया बिकता है कि नहीं बिकता. The same is true for Pizza Hut. The same is true for Henry Ford or Ford Motor Company. ठीक है? So all those people who made tremendous success in their life, they are those people who opted for a different road which was never traveled by. And remember, it is very dangerous, and one needs to be a very good risk taker to travel on a road which is less traveled by. Okay? But that is the first trail. Now the success process. You see, people come to me and share their miseries. Oh, ये हो गया, गालियाँ, abusive language to the society, and many people even, not many, but especially when it comes to the student level के जो लोग हैं, they even started blaming their parents. वो कि जी मेरा बाप ने कुछ नहीं किया, नहीं तो मैं तो पता नहीं क्या होता है. मेरी अम्मा इतनी पढ़ी लिखी नहीं है, किसी मैट्रिक की थी, तो वो पता नहीं मुझे कैरियर ट्रेनिंग कैसे कर देते. So you see, every time people fail, this habit of ours to put a blame on somebody else is something which is not letting us do anything. You know, it hurts. झांको इसके अंदर और देखो कि क्या किया. We don't. It's so easy to put our garbage on somebody else's face. मुंह से निकाल के फेंका गाली उसको दी. मॉडल की खराब, एजुकेशन सिस्टम की खराब, माँ बाप भी बदल देते हैं, शायद कुछ हो जाता, कुछ नहीं हो. All those people who made mighty tremendous success in their life, they are the one who never ever blamed anyone. Anthony Robbins was kicked out by his mother at an age of 14 or 15 years on a street. He never blamed his mother. He said, if there is anybody who can make a difference in my life, it's me. Nobody else. It's my life. So all those, I'm referring to successful people, they said, and then look at it. अब ये quotation को जरा गौर से देखिएगा. ये इकबाल भी यही कह चुका है, सोक्रेटिस भी यही कह चुका है, अरिस्टोटल भी यही कह चुका है, आज का मैनेजमेंट भी यही कह रही है, आज का एंथनी रॉबिन्स भी यही कह रहा है. और सारी कायनात गुजर जाए, आगे से 50 सेंचुरी आगे चले जाएं, यही कहेंगे बिकॉज माय डियर ये लॉज ऑफ नेचर हैं, ये बदलने वाले नहीं. आप लोग बदल जाएं तो बदल जाएं, सर मारेंगे दीवार के साथ तो दीवार तो हिलेगी नहीं, टकरे मार मार के सर अपना ही जख्म करेंगे. ये नहीं चेंज होंगे. लॉज ऑफ नेचर आर गोइंग टू बी देयर एंड देयर इज अ बिग विटनेस and indication and empirical evidence available to support each and every. ये बेंजामिन डिज़रायली की इस सेंचुरी की कोटेशन है. कुरान को उठा लीजिए, उस 1400 साल पहले वो भी यही कह रहा है. बाइबल ले जाइए 1700 साल पहले की, वो भी यही कहेगी. बुद्धा को पढ़ ले, वो भी यही कहेगा. Never change. We have a different names, different jargon, but this laws of nature will never ever change. So my dear, the very first step is खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से पूछे. इकबाल की फिलॉसफी, the same way you create circumstances, you make things happen, my dear. Nothing happens to you. If you fail, it's because of you, nobody else. If you are not able to do anything, it's because of you, because you can be anything you want if you are willing to pay the price for that. That price can be in terms of money. That price can be in terms of time. That price can be in terms of real hard work. You can be. But see, we are not so committed. We don't want to change ourselves, and we want to change everybody around us. And again, nothing will happen unless you change and wake up one morning and say, from today onwards, it's me who is going to bring a change in my life and the life of people around me, nobody else. So that is the rule number 1. Just a little point for you. If things go bad for you and make you a bit ashamed, often you will find out that you have yourself to blame. But we don't ask too many questions to us. But when लोग फेल होते हैं मेरे पास आते हैं, 6 दफा मुझे कोशिश करनी पड़ती है उनको बताने के लिए कि प्लीज डू लिटिल ऑफ सोल सर्च, सोल सर्च, सोल सर्च, और 6ठी दफा आके कहते हैं कि सर मैंने बहुत सोचा and finally I thought कि यस मेरी गलती मेरी ही थी. Why it is so difficult for us? Admitting a mistake is the first step towards a success, my dear. We don't. That's why we don't come out of that vicious cycle we are into. You have yourself to blame. Swiftly, we ran to mischief. And then the bad luck came. Why do we fault others? We have ourselves to blame. Whatever happens to us, here are the words we say. Had it not been for so and so, things wouldn't have gone that way. And if you are short of friends, I will tell you what to do. Make an examination. You will find the fault is in you. You are captain of your ship. So I agree with the same. If you travel downwards, you have only yourself to blame, nobody else. So my dear, ये है पूरे program की core philosophy, that one word which Nishad picked up early and said, personal empowerment. If you want to be successful, इस कमरे के अंदर एक आप individual ज़ात के अलावा, you don't need anything else. आप, without looking what you got out there, and without looking at what you got in your purse, you can be successful. But that is the first thing which you need to decide and determine. Hey, I am the one. Nothing has happened. Nobody, I am not going to give myself to others. I am not going to give or let others drive me or decide for me. Because it's you who is going to suffer at the end of the day. So the next one, the success process की बात कर रहा हूँ. So the पहला step ये है, take the responsibility of your life. Once you have taken over the responsibility of your life, then what do you do? So let me ask you a question here. What do you know about yourself? Let me ask you. Do you know who you are? How many of you can safely say that you exactly know what you are or who you are? Remember, whatever I see or I am seeing is only 1% of what you are. That body is only a package or a packing of you as a person. That is 1%. 99% what makes you what you are is what you are from inside. कितने लोगों ने sincere attempt किया? Let's say कि average age of this group is about 30. 30 years आप गुजार चुके हैं. 30 सालों के अंदर, how many of you has done a sincere and a conscious attempt to know what you are? Show of hands. 3, 4, 6, 5, 7, 8. That's why we don't get what we want. We don't even know what we are from deep inside. To give you a typical example, divorce के cases मेरे पास आते हैं. I don't want this guy. Why?
How long you been married? 10 years. Okay. Why did you marry him? Oh, good looking, money, style, foreign education, family background, nice car. Okay. Why you want to get rid of him? Unethical, a liar, a cheater, no love, no respect. Okay. So the answer is what? If you knew this is your value system, why didn't you search for a person who fits into your value system before making a relationship? You see the difference here? I need to find out, hey, for me, I'm not going to take a decision on the basis of money because money doesn't come even close to my first 5 values. Whereas, making a difference is my value. I know a person who was all happy on a job for 15,000 rupees in a school, in a private school, being an office manager. Extremely happy for the last 15 years. He quit the job for 5,000 rupees additional and joined another school. 3 months down the road, he was miserable. Came to me, कहता तुम्हारा किधर वो मजाक शजाक ह्यूमर अशरफ साहब किधर चले गए? सॉरी मैं इधर ही अशरफ साहब हैं। और वो साहब कहते हैं जी मैं तो देखें जी बदतमीजी करते हैं, रिस्पेक्ट ही कोई नहीं है। तो मैंने कहा अशरफ साहब आपकी अगर यही रिस्पेक्ट की वैल्यू थी तो आपने फैसला 5,000 रुपए के क्यों पीछे क्यों किया था? हाँ जी बस गलती हो गई। So he left the job and back to the same old place. So we will keep on taking all these wrong decisions in our life unless we know what we are and what we want. Hey, bottom line, I need love, I need respect, I need recognition, I need this and I need that. Then stop taking decisions on the basis of other things like money if that is not in your value system. What do you like? What are you looking for? बीवी चाहिए कैसी चाहिए? लोगों से पूछो. Smart चाहिए. खूबसूरत चाहिए. Neither she is going to stay smart or beautiful. Maybe next 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 years. So it means that you are taking a decision, or you are getting into a relationship only for a short game, for 6 months, or 7 months, or 6 years, or maximum 10 years. That's all. And then you blame the girl, or then you blame the society around you. लड़कियों को कुछ हो गया है जी. और जी वो ज़माना ही नहीं रहा. कुड़ियाँ से आदमियाँ से करने थे कि मार के जाना. Yes. There is a lot of awareness in education and for everybody. But before you start finding out, or before you start knowing and trying to get what you want, for God's sake, spend some time and know what exactly you want out of your life. कि ये values हैं मेरी, ये मेरी strengths हैं, ये मेरी weaknesses हैं. मुझे जी कौन किससे नहीं मैंने लड़की की तो बात ही नहीं की, मैं तो आपकी बात की है. You need to know what you need. और जब आप अपने बाप को ये कहें, Daddy, I am not going to become an engineer. You know why? Because my value is this, and there is going to be a conflict, and I don't think I can excel in that field. There is going to be a conflict in the value system. So your daddy, most of the time, he would love to hear this sort of a thing. You know, when you don't know what you want, then people drive you. People try to choose things for you. बेटा तू ऐड ही कर सकता है, वो फेल हो गया, उससे भी फेल हो गया. तू बता वो इंजीनियर बन गया. Because he knows that you really don't know. अच्छा बेटा तो वो लड़की पसंद नहीं. अब्बू कैसी चाहिए? बेटा लड़की कैसी चाहिए? अब्बू ऐसी चाहिए, वैसी चाहिए. अब्बू भी जो अपनी पसंद की ले आते हैं. ठीक है? So because you don't know or you have not conveyed this to your father, Father, my values are this. I can compromise on this, this, and this. But this is the bottom line. I want a girl to be like this to me. I want a girl to help me out in this and this and this. So you know what you want. Before you go out to the shopping mall to get a girl of your dream, you need to know what exactly you're looking for. चाहिए आपको honesty, चाहिए आपको fraud ना करे, धोखा ना दे, पर्दा लेके बैठे, चाहिए सब यही है. शादियां करते हैं किससे? Smartness पे, खूबसूरती पे, style पे, गाड़ी चलाती थी, independent थी, take independent. So here there is a conflict, and that is something which leads to unhappiness with you. So my dear, you need to take a sincere inventory of what you want from inside. आपके अंदर है क्या? And then also your strengths. क्या है? I'm extremely good in speaking. I'm extremely good in that. I'm extremely poor in that. So you know, where can you fit? So once you know what you are, once you know what you want, that is the time to go and find out. Matthew, hadith में भी आता है, Bible में भी आता है. Seek and you shall find. But my dear, before you seek, know what you want. We just get out to the market to buy something and we don't need what we want. And that is definitely or certainly going to lead to all the unhappiness and the miseries in our life. Oh, what is that? Let me ask you one thing. How many of you have made a sincere, conscious effort to know, to discover why we were sent on this globe? One, two, three, four. My dear, somehow we have developed this habit of taking things as granted. And with this wrong assumption, हम इस जंगल को इसको जंगल ही बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. We really don't know what was the purpose. And the purpose was not given. It was in a किताब में दिया गया था, but मैं पूरे humanity के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बता रहा हूँ आपको. If you try to find out the purpose, you will be surprised to know that every one of us, doesn't matter if you are Hindu, Muslim, Isai, Buddha के पैरोकार, आतिशप्रस्त, purpose सबकी लाइफ पे. And I did this exercise and it was surprising and it just opened my mind up. Yeah? Look at it. Doesn't matter what part of the world you are dealing with. If you ask a simple question, they have the same purpose. And the purpose is to enhance the quality of life. The quality of life of people around you. You need money. Why do you need money? To enhance the quality of life of your wife, your kids, your parents. And ultimately how? Everybody, because to serve the humanity. And everybody said the same thing. And the Quran की अगर आप देख लीजिए, तो कुरान ने भी आपको ये सूरत अल-क़यामत की आयत है 35. Does the man think he was sent purposeless? क्या इंसान समझता है उसे बिना मकसद भिजवाया था? आज तक average age, coming to the same example, if the average age is 35 or 30, how many of us really know what is the purpose of our being? ये 6 फुट का जिस्म किस लिए बनाया भेजा गया है? What have we done? आपको सोचिए, you have all the resources because resources आपने ढूंढ लिए. Last slide में, you have done a thorough inventory of what you are. You exactly know what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, what you want, what your value system is, and what are the bottom line, those things which you can never ever tolerate. So, you have all the resources. So, if you don't know where you want to go, मैं आपको एक गाड़ी दे देता हूँ, पेट्रोल भर देता हूँ, गाड़ी के अंदर खाने पीने की चीजें रख देता हूँ, but you really don't know कि आपने जाना है इस्लामाबाद में. Do you think you will ever get there? नहीं पहुंचे. बॉर्डर में गोल चक्कर मिल गया, दोस्त मिल गया, उसने कहा यहाँ इधर आ जाओ. वहां पे जाके रिवॉर्ड मिल गया, उसने इधर घुमा दिया. मुझे वाले पे जाके क्या शेखुपुरे की तरह मुड़ गए. Why? Because you really don't know and भटक रहे हैं ना. And that's exactly what I found in Pakistani society. We यहाँ भटके हुए. We don't even know the purpose. वो हमें ये पता ही नहीं है. And फिर हम ब्लेम किसको करते हैं? बाप को. बाप ने मुझे इंजीनियर बना दिया. यार आपको पता था आपने क्या बनना है? जो बाप ने बनाया इंजीनियर आपको. You never knew what the purpose of your life is. You never knew what your dream is. You never not taking a single step for the dream to make it reality. And then you say, yeah, because if you are just guideless, फिर तो फिर आपको कोई ही नहीं से मुरा कान रोड के मोड़ देगा तो आप तो मुड़ जाएंगे। दोस्त ने कहा एमबीए कर लो, सारा ग्रुप एमबीए करने चला गया। कल को सबने कहा टेक्सटाइल में बड़ा पैसा है ला लो, सबने टेक्सटाइल लगा ली, बिकॉज यू हैड एब्सोल्युटली no ambition and no purpose of, you never discover the purpose of your life. And that's where the main problem is. Okay, we don't know the destination. We are directionless. We have never done a thorough soul searching where we want to go and how. तो बात की बात है कि हम पहुंचेंगे कैसे, but we don't even know. Give me an example of O.J. Simpson. छोटा O.J. Simpson का पता है ना, काफी को पता, ठीक बात की बात है। तो 14 साल का बच्चा, सूखी हुई टांगे, बिल्कुल पोलियो का मारा हुआ बच्चा जाता है और एक सुपरस्टार तो कहता है कि आई उससे बात करें, उसका ऑटोग्राफ दे रहा है, आई वांट टू बी अ प्लेयर लाइक यू एंड ही इज द टॉप प्लेयर। वो बच्चे को देखता है, वो कहता है, इनके उसको हकारत से देखता है कि पोलियो की इसकी टांगे हैं, जूते उसने वो वाले पहने हुए हैं, एंड ही सेज दैट ही इज गोइंग टू बी लाइक टू बिकम एन एथलीट लाइक मी, एंड ही सेड आई एम नॉट फिनिश्ड, लिसन टू मी। बच्चा कह रहा है उसको प्लेयर, तो ओके गो अहेड, एंड ही सेज एंड रिमेंबर आई एम गोइंग टू बिकम बेटर देन यू एंड आई एम गोइंग टू बीट all the records which you have made so far. And my dear, 28 साल के बाद वो O.J. सिम्पसन बनता है और वो सारे रिकॉर्ड तोड़ देता है। ये है ड्रीम और पैशन की ताकत। एक और सुने, क्लास में एक बच्चा गुर्बत का मारा हुआ, 9 बहन भाई, सिंगल पेरेंट फैमिली, माँ घरों के और जॉब्स करती है, बच्चे को पढ़ाती है स्कूल में, गवर्नमेंट के स्कूल में। छुट्टियां हो रही हैं, टीचर पूछती है, हमारी टीचर भी वैसे ऐसी ही है स्कूलों में, और अमेरिका में भी ऐसी कहीं ना कहीं नजर आ जाती है। पूछती है, हाँ बेटा आप सब बताओ क्या बनना चाहोगे? कार्य बता रहा है, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, ये वो। इसकी बारी आती है, अब पूछा गया वो भी ये बनना कुछ और चाहता था कि डर के कि कोई मजाक ना उड़ाए कि तुम इतने गरीब हो, तुम डॉक्टर इंजीनियर तो बन नहीं सकते। वो अमेरिका में मेडिसिन में उसकी पढ़ाई बहुत महंगी है, तो उसके मुंह से निकल गया, आई वांट टू बी द प्रेसिडेंट। एंड देयर वाज अ बिग लाफ्टर इन द क्लास, सबने उसका मजाक उड़ाया। Came back to home, cried like anything in front of his mother, and mother said, son, this is the moment of her decision. Either you be a president or everybody will laugh at you for the rest of your life. And that day he decided that there is no backing off. Even if he never wanted to be a president, he will become one. At the age of 18, वो स्कूल के कॉलेज के इलेक्शन जीता। 24 साल में he was a senator of United States. 30 साल की उम्र में he is a congressman of United States. He is a black nigger. डिसएडवांटेज प्रिविलेज उसकी वीडियो भी आपको मैं दिखाऊंगा एंड में। माय डियर, ये है ताकत पैशन की। Another example, एक बच्चा।
Who is the president?
जी?
What's the name?
I'm going to show you. Please hold on to that. I don't want to खत्म नहीं करना चाहता। He's not the president yet. 30 साल है, अभी वो कांग्रेसमैन बना है। It's only 30 years. But he knows कि I am going to become one. टीचर काम देती है स्टूडेंट्स को, go and write down the purpose of अपनी जिंदगी का मकसद लिखो। तो असाइनमेंट मिली है कि लिखो तुम क्या बनना चाहोगे। A poor guy in the class whose father works for a ranch, घोड़ों की मालिशी है उसका बाप, घोड़ों का मालिशी है। 200 एकड़ का एक रैंच है घोड़ों का, जिसमें उसका बाप मालिश करता है। उस बच्चे ने he put himself, I mean, पूरा उसने अपने आप को डाल दिया उस काम के लिए। उसने लिखना शुरू किया कि मैं रेंच बनाना चाहता हूँ, यहाँ पे 200 एकड़ का रेंच होगा, 400 घोड़े मेरे होंगे, और मैं ये किया करूंगा, और मैं वो किया करूंगा, और मैं ये किया करूंगा। And then he painted the picture of his dream ranch which was on top of the assignment. That was not a part of the assignment. He painted a very, very beautiful picture with the fans and the 200 acres of green lawn and the horses are everywhere. Took it to the teacher. Teacher looked at it, called him off to the class and said, I want you to make it more realistic. तुम जैसा गरीब बच्चा को ऐसे ड्रीम नहीं लेने चाहिए. So, I am giving you an F, which is fail. And unless you change it, I am not going to give you a grade. And you have 1 week. एक हफ्ते के लिए घर चला जाता है, बाप से बात करता है, बाप कहता है बेटा it's your life. माँ से बात करता है, दोस्तों से बात करता है, सोचता रहता है, रातों को जागता रहता है. एक हफ्ते के बाद क्लास में जाता है and hand over the assignment to the teacher again. And teacher said, hey, you didn't change it. And you know what was his answer? Teacher, you keep the F, I will keep my dream. And he walked out of the school. 20 years down the road, एक स्कूल की टीचर वही अपने बच्चों को लेकर क्लास के स्टूडेंट्स को एक रेंच विजिट करवाने गई. जब रेंच बच्चों ने विजिट कर दिया, खाना खाना पिकनिक कैसे होती है, तो जब दरवाजे के ऊपर वो बंदा उसने कहा कि मेरा मालिक आपसे मिलना चाहेगा. And the guy came and he said, teacher, do you recognize me? I am still living with my dream. And you are living with your life. This is my ranch. Exactly 200 acres of land and 410 horses. That is my dream. And I have made it true. That is the dream. How many I can read hundreds of stories, real life stories. So my dear, वो जो सुबह लाउजी फीलिंग है ना हमें, बिस्तर से निकलने को दिल नहीं करता, अच्छा कपड़े पहने और मजबूरी की हालत में दफ्तर पहुंचने का, that is why, the only reason of that why is the passionless life. The passion is what gets you out of the bed like this in the morning at 6 and keep you awake till midnight. That is passion. And this frustration which you see around you today, at 4 o'clock people rush back because they take it as a work. And the work is what? The dictionary meaning, the Collins or concise dictionary, अगर आप पर Collins की उठा लें, work की definition क्या दी है? Till, labor, hard work, hardship, have work. तो जब work और hardship अगर आप करें, where are you going? I'm going to work. जब work पे जाते हैं तो फिर आप 6 घंटे ही काम करके थक जाते हैं. But when you go to your life, and that is the life work, that work which consumes you to that extent that you lose track of time, that is your life work. That is something which will get you out of the bed 6 o'clock and keep you awake till 12 o'clock without even feeling. And here comes Bill Gates. High school dropout. Kicked out of the school. माँ बाप को शिकायतें कर करके स्कूल उन्होंने नाक में दम कर दिया था. सारी रात कंप्यूटर में काम करता था. उसको उठा नहीं आता, स्कूल नहीं जाता, फेल होता था हर चीज के. माँ बाप ने कहा इसको स्कूल से उठा दो, पैसे जाए करने लगा. And now Mr. Bill Gates, the world's most richest person, Microsoft Corporation का मालिक, इस साल उसकी इनकम $7 बिलियन होगी. तो सॉरी $7 बिलियन से ऊपर होंगे. How? He found his life work. He found his passion. Find out that work which can. Mr. Honda, take example of Mr. Honda. बीवी के जेवरात बेच के पूरी रात पिस्टन डिजाइन किया करता था रिसर्च के लिए, बिकॉज टोयोटा वालों ने सिखाया था कि पिस्टन बना पे जॉब देंगे. पूरी रात he used to stay awake all night to design the new piston. एक बार फेल हुआ, दूसरा फेल हुआ, then finally he developed the piston. And then he said, no, I have to develop the piston. I'm not going to sell it to Toyota Corporation. I'm going to make my own car. Life work. My dear, सारी याद आपको ऐसे कोई चीज इंडियन फिल्में तो खा सकती हैं. I'm talking about a passion. I'm talking about all those people who made tremendous success in their life, my dear, their life was full of energy, a spark. And that spark comes from passion. Otherwise, figure. And those people you think are not successful, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they work, it is very much obvious what they are doing. Because they don't see any relation of the work they are doing with the passion, with the life work. That's why उनको दफ्तर जाना मुसीबत है, स्कूल जाना मुसीबत है, कॉलेज में जाते भी हैं तो ना होने के बराबर जाते हैं, because they don't see any relationship with what, if that going to school or a college was a part and a parcel of their life plan, they will go to school differently. Mommy will not have to send them. They will wake up like, पूछे मेरी वाइफ से आपको चाय में नजर आएगी मेरे बच्चे सुबह कितने बजे उठते हैं, आज रिक्वेस्ट की है कि आज बेटा मेरा सेमिनार है, लोग बिजी होंगे, ड्राइवर अवेलेबल नहीं होगा, छुट्टी कर लो, नहीं कर सका, छुट्टी नहीं करवा सकता, रोना शुरू करते स्कूल जाना. Why? He knows the cost of not going to school, nothing else. Beta, it's your life, it's your choice. You will become whatever you want to be. But know the cost kya hai. And most of us, if we close down our eyes and try to talk to ourselves, find out, हमारे बच्चे स्कूल ऐसे नहीं जाएंगे जैसे चाहते हैं. अगर हम just spend some time with them and try to tell them, बेटा, what is the cost of no change? I'll give you an example of that. इसके बाद मैं आपको example भी दे दूँगा. You know, there is a well said saying है, मैं आपको इसकी एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. एक और एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको पहले दे दूँ उससे पहले. You know, लोगों से पूछा कि आजकल we are all talking about leadership. We talk about leadership. You know, all these managers were sitting there. This new concept of leadership has taken over almost all the management field. We don't need managers. We need leaders. What is a leader? ये लीडर को दरियाफ्त करते हुए 21 सदी इंसान को वहां पे लग गई यार. कितना जाहिल है इंसान और कितना टाइम लेता है हर चीज के ऊपर यार. लीडर वही है तो मैनेजर का लीडर में जबान की फॉर दोस डोंट नो मैनेजमेंट की बैकग्राउंड से नहीं आते तो मैनेजमेंट साइंस इज फुल ऑफ लीडरशिप नाउ. वी नीड लीडर्स. पहले पूरी की पूरी आपने मैनेजमेंट बना दी, पूरी सदी गुजार दी. We need manager, flana, sales manager, flana manager, tampana manager. Now we say we need leaders. Because manager is a person who is just managing the resources, the given resources. Then a leader has a vision. Leader is trying to find out unknown realities and making it happen. तो अब लीडर की जितनी आप किताबें उठा लें, स्टीवन कोवी उठा लीजिए और any other well-known model Harvard की उठा लीजिए and look at the leadership traits. They are no different than the traits of Holy Prophet. Challenge कर लीजिए, pick up the book and find out. Help me in finding out one line जो कि Holy Prophet में नहीं थी. So Holy Prophet gave you a model of leadership. But somehow it has taken us so long to discover what is the leadership. So my dear, सारा कुछ ये वापस आ रहा है. But लोग कहते हैं, rough definition ये है, the only one thing which differentiates a manager from a leader, if you like to give it, इसको आप एक ही bracket में डालना चाहें, a manager plus child is a leader. अब ये क्या बात हुई थी कि बच्चा और मैनेजर मिल जाए तो वो लीडर बन जाता है. Why? Because leadership की जितनी qualities हैं वो मैनेजर में almost 90-80% पाई जाती हैं, with the exception of those qualities जो कि सिर्फ बच्चे में आती हैं. अब आप आंखें बंद करके मुझे खुद ही बता दीजिए कि बच्चे में क्या कुछ पाया जाता है. बच्चा रिस्क टेकर है, बच्चा रिस्क टेकर है. मैनेजर इज नॉट अ रिस्क टेकर. लीडरशिप इज ऑल अबाउट टेकिंग रिस्क. इनिशिएटिव मैनेजर में तो है ही नहीं. 20 साल से काम करते आ रहे हैं, वही करते चले जाएंगे. इनिशिएटिव बच्चों में है, ठीक है, वो चाहिए. Dream. You know, all these mankind, all the inventions and the discoveries which you see today in your life is basically it was the dream of a child. ये जो चांद पे हम गए थे, that was the dream of a child. जो कि पिक किया गया, उस पर रिसर्च की गई कि हाउ टू गो टू द मून, बट इट वाज मम्मी कैन वी गो टू द मून. Somehow it is so unfortunate in our system. It has been told to us so many times that the moment you become adult, dreaming is not good. बेटा रियलिटी की बात करो, ऐसे ख्वाबों की दुनिया में ना रहा करो. This is a sentence which I hear, almost every day, many times. स्कूलों की टीचरें ये कहती हैं. तो by the time वो poor guy who has done MBA, he comes to the management life, उसकी इनोवेशन, क्रिएटिविटी, इनिशिएटिव किल कर चुका है स्कूल उसका, जहां पे उसको कंटिन्यूसली बताया गया है बेटा जहां तक तुम बड़े हो गए बेटा तुम ख्वाब ना देखा करो. And the poor guy will never ever dream afterwards. And that's why he becomes a manager. जिनसे we are trying to get rid of all of those in the 21st century. पहले हमने बच्चे की इनोवेशन किल की, ड्रीमिंग किल कर दी. And he became what? He became a manager. So my dear, this dream है, जिसकी पावर वो बच्चे के ख्वाब है. बच्चा ही ऐसी बातें कर सकता है. अगर आप ये कहें कि मैंने उधर जाना है चांद पे, तो आपकी अम्मी आके नहीं बेटा अकल की बात करो, तुम बहकी बातें करने लगते हो. बिकॉज अडल्ट्स का ट्रेड नहीं है ना. अडल्ट्स का तो है बस हाँ नाउ एंड देन. आज की बात करें ना, आज क्या है, ये है ये ड्रीमिंग जो होती है बच्चे की. एंड देन देयर इज अ साइंटिफिक एविडेंस फॉर दैट. एंड आई वाज शॉक्ड टू फाइंड आउट द साइंटिफिक एविडेंस. मेडिकल साइंस ही कहती है आज के बच्चे की पहली 7-8 साल के अंदर जो डेवलपमेंट है, वो डेवलपमेंट उसके आइंदा 40 साल में भी नहीं होती. सो इट मीन्स पहले 7 साल में जो सीखा जाता है वो 40 साल अगले में भी वो आदमी उस रैपिड पेस से नहीं सीख सकता. And when they discovered and they really researched on that, they found out, you know why? Because child is a risk taker, and to learn you need to be a risk taker. He learns from questions. So ये उसकी एक और क्वालिटी बताई गई.
It is true the child is father of man.
Yeah. It reminds me of a joke. दो बच्चे एक बच्चा भागता गया अपने सेकंड दोस्त के पास. बड़ा वाला नेम है. Hey, friend, we have a new baby at our home. And the other goes, it's not a big deal, we have a new daddy. Well, there's another one. मैंने सोए हुए लोगों को उठाई दूंगा. Well, positive beliefs. What are the beliefs? Basically, if you ask yourself a question, everything is basically starts with a belief. Belief से शुरू होती है, गहरी belief से शुरू होती है. खुदा का belief बनाए, and then find out कि हाँ खुदा है तो मिल जाएगा. So पहले belief बदलता है. Belief is something which has a power to create and a power to destroy. If you have a belief, जिसको आप faith भी कहते हैं, belief and a confidence in yourself or a dream or whatever you have, ये सारा game इसके गिर्द घूमती है. Give me an example, which is my favorite example, just to elaborate the whole concept in 2 minutes like this. हाथी का जो ट्रेनर होता है ना, elephant trainer, go and talk to him and find out कि इतना बड़ा mighty elephant is standing there. He is hooked up or chained up with a very tiny chain compared to his size. जो chain डाली है हाथी के पाँव में, वो उसके साइज के मुताबिक छोटी सी है. और जिस पोल के साथ बांधा हुआ है वो इतना बड़ा नहीं है. अगर हाथी वाकई कोशिश कर दे तो वो चेन भी तोड़ सकता है, वो पिलर भी उखाड़ सकता है. And then ask the elephant trainer, यार ये हिलता क्यों नहीं, तोड़ता क्यों नहीं है? And he tell you why. He told me. जनाब अली जब ये पैदा हुआ था, तो within the first week of his birth, the elephant childbirth, within the first week, इसको इसी चेन से बांध दिया. जो चेन आज उसके इतने बड़े के पाँव में पड़ी हुई, यही चेन इसको डाल दी. For the first month or so, He tried and tried and tried, but couldn't do anything. So chain nahi tod saka. Somehow, since then, he has developed a very strong belief. Whenever the chain is around his feet, he doesn't even try. So, मैं belief की example that ये है belief. Belief has a power to create and destroy. उस हाथी का belief बन गया जब chain आई, तो मैं हिल नहीं सकता, कोशिश करने की क्या जरूरत है? And that is exactly the belief of our people in Pakistan. It's so unfortunate. We have tried few things up here and there. It didn't work. And since that day we have stopped trying. Okay? It will never work. And before going to school or a degree or a college or a medical, pre-engineering or medical, लोगों से पूछो, do you think you will make it? Well, I don't know. I tried. That is the belief. They don't know. They are not sure that they will make. And that's why they will never make. So belief is the power. Belief is the name of the game. Talk about Anthony Robbins, talk about McDonald's, talk about Colonel Sanders, talk about Saga City, talk about High Noon. I have found a common ability in all these people. Up to उन्होंने कर दिया ना. When they were in the process of starting something, every single person told them, it is never going to happen, son. Fred Smith की बात कर लीजिए. He was Stanford school ने उसको research paper को जिसमें he came up with the idea of a courier company. He was rated C. ये जो डिज्नीलैंड का बंदा है, उसको फायर कर दिया गया था because of lack of ideas. ठीक है? अभी और बड़ी एग्जांपल सुनो. So ये देख लीजिए कि belief इन लोगों का कितना strong था कर्नल सैंडर्स का. कि 1009 times people rejected his recipe. I'm not interested to buy your chicken. And he said, okay, I go to next door. But he never started looking at his recipe. He said, my recipe is not bad. He was so sure that he got the best chicken recipe in the world. And he made it happen. Believe. Power. I am going to do it. Mr. Honda ने कहा था, okay, Piston is here. Mr. Honda used to be an employee, technical, बड़ा निचली job पे, supervisory level पे, Toyota Motor Corporation के लिए. And he wanted to have a set up Honda Motor Company. And everybody knew इतने गरीब हो, क्या करोगे? He said, I don't know how, but I have a belief, and I have a gut feeling I will do it. Anthony Robbins, the guy who used to be a janitor, washing or cleaning up the windows, अब उसी बिल्डिंग के ऊपर वो अपना हेलीकॉप्टर करवाता है. Talking about 12 years, my dear, we overestimate at what we can do in 1 year, and most of the time underestimate what we can achieve in 10 years of our life. But they had such a strong belief that they will make it happen, and it has to be that way. And they did it. So the belief is the very first step. So my dear, most of the time, these beliefs which we are living are misinterpretation of the past events. ये beliefs वो हैं जिसकी base के ऊपर हमारी सारी इमारत खड़ी है, पूरा जिस्म. Just like a tree, ये roots है ना उसकी, जो आपको नजर नहीं आती जमीन के नीचे, वो beliefs हैं हमारे जिसमें हमारी इमारत खड़ी है. Values हमारी, all the actions and attitudes and behavior, it's just because अगर आप किसी लड़की के ऊपर हाथ उठा देते हैं. So, welcome Saga City. अगर आप किसी को हिट करते हैं, so what you see is an action of hitting or slapping someone or abusing someone, whereas that action is supported by a belief system right there somewhere which you don't see. वो beliefs हैं आपके जो आपको control करते हैं. So if you don't work, if you don't, ये belief क्या है? रिश्वत के बगैर पाकिस्तान में कुछ नहीं होता. सिफारिश के बगैर पाकिस्तान में फायदा ही कुछ नहीं. And I talk to those people. I interview so many people almost every day for my corporate clients that I ask, मैं अक्सर लोगों से अपने CEO से पूछता हूँ, सर एक बात बताएं, there is a big talk about all these new MPs coming out कि जी रिश्वत के बगैर क्या फायदा, या सिफारिश नहीं है तो जॉब ही नहीं मिलती. And you know what he told me? He said, guys, I can swear upon God कि मेरी कंपनी में कोई सिफारिश नहीं है. सिफारिश वहाँ पे होती है, उसी के अल्फाज हैं. सिफारिश वहाँ पे होती है जहाँ पे गधा गधे के साथ मुकाबला करता है. ये गधा, ये भी गधा, ये भी उतना बुरा गधा, ये भी उतना बुरा गधा है, इसकी सिफारिश है, इसको रख लेता हूँ. And if there is a comparison between a घोड़ा and a गधा, I give a damn कि उस गधे की कितनी बड़ी सिफारिश है. Because I am an entrepreneur, I am a businessman. My company is never going to be run on these gadhas. That's what they tell me. But somehow, I have taught at so many business schools. Every time I go and talk to people, यार नौकरी मिली, सर तालुका तुम्हारे ही नहीं है. सर कहाँ से लाऊं? ये करूं, वो करूं. So my dear, ये जो belief है ना, ये belief जब job पे जाते ना interview के लिए, so he's sitting on the waiting area in the lobby outside, and he has a belief कि यार job तो मिलनी नहीं, सवारी तो है नहीं मेरे को. तो जब वो कमरे में जाता है ना, फिर उसके अजीब-अजीब किस्म पसीना आ रहा होता है, स्वेट कर रहा होता है, लफ्ज मुंह से लफ्ज निकल नहीं रहे होते हैं, कंफ्यूज नजर आया तो सवाल पूछो, मशरक़ी का जवाब मगरिब पर देता है, फिर आगे कहता है चलो क्या नहीं चीज सवारी से बगैर काम नहीं होना. टांगे कांप रही होती हैं. आई इंटरव्यू वन पर्सन और उसके हाथ में चाय का कप पकड़ाया, and he has done everything. That's a belief. फिर सिफारिश रिश्वत. बाद में मुझे कहते सर फिर आपने पहले से तो नहीं सोचा. मैंने कहा गधे, मैं कंसल्टेंट हूँ यार किसी का. जिस बंदे ने कंसल्टेंट को हायर किया है इसलिए कि मुझे सही बता देते तो आपके ख्याल में सिफारिश होगी यार. अगर सिफारिश चले तो खुद डायरेक्टली हायर कर देते हैं. दैट इज इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीव्स हैं, इतने स्ट्रॉन्गली रूटेड बिलीव्स हैं कि मैं कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता. वो उसी हाथी के बच्चे की तरह अपने आप को लिमिटेड कर दिया हमारी कौम कि आप कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. बस जी अब्बा ने, अम्मा ने, सोसाइटी ने, मदर ने, गवर्नमेंट ने कौम में जंजीर बांध दिया, ये खोल दो, फिर देखो मैं करूंगा क्या. कुछ नहीं करेंगे आप, बिकॉज चेंज है ही नहीं पाओगे उसके बाद के. You just have to get out of your wrong beliefs, and those are the beliefs which are disempowering beliefs. The beliefs which won't let you grow, the beliefs which won't let you develop yourself, the beliefs which are killing your innovation, the beliefs क्या जरूरत है काम बेहतर करने की, फायदा तो उन्होंने ये बिलीफ, ये मैं रोज में दिन में 10 बार सुनता हूँ. फिर कहते हैं कि हो अपने आप को टैग लगाए हुए हैं. फिर कहते हैं दुनिया में पैसे की बात. माय डियर, लोगों ने अपने आप को कम्युनिटीज बना दिया है, अपने आप को कम्युनिटी बना दिया है. मैं काम नहीं सही करता, क्यों नहीं सही करते भाई, और मैं तो बहुत कुछ कर सकता हूँ, करते क्यों नहीं, तनख्वाही काटेंगे, फायदा कोई नहीं. सो हर चीज को तो फायदा चाहिए, और उस फायदे को लेने में अपना आप ही खो बैठे. अपने आप को मार्केट की कम्युनिटी में टैग लगा कर मेरी कीमत ये है, फिर कहते हैं सोसाइटी ने ये कर दिया. माय डियर, यू वर्क फॉर योरसेल्फ, you learn for your own self. Why you're always looking for what you get out of it, my dear? Your job is to learn. Your job is to expand. Your job is to develop. Your job is to grow. You do it for yourself. If you don't, no one is going to get your reward for that. That is a different story altogether. Find out, stay, hang on. When you stop learning, move on to somewhere else. But do give the best you have if you want the best as an outcome. But those beliefs will never let you do anything. So my dear, the next thing you need to do is sit down, do an exercise. Write down all those disempowering beliefs you have on a one piece of paper. And try to shake every belief, wrong belief you have. And you will find enough evidence to shake the belief. If you believe ये खाना खाते हैं लोग, बहुत खाते हैं, शराब खाते हैं, सिगरेट पीते हैं, ये करते हैं, नहीं यार ये सब फायदा नहीं है. लेट्स से कि इफ यू हैव अ बिलीफ के सिफारिश और रिश्वत के बगैर जॉब नहीं मिलती, तो उन लोगों के लिए मेरी इनविटेशन है कि आप मेरे पास आ जाइएगा. आई विल गिव यू 1000 एग्जांपल्स ताकि आपको वो बिलीफ टूट जाए कि भैया मिलती है. So जितने belief है ना, start trying. If it is becoming increasingly difficult for you to get rid of the belief, and somehow you get into the same belief के अंदर आ जाते हैं, so then try to go out and talk to those people to help find the evidence to support okay, whatever the wrong belief or the disempowering beliefs you are living with, that is absolutely wrong. And you will find empirical evidence that yes, the belief was wrong. But you need to take the step of changing your belief, because unless a belief is an attitude, right? Unless you change your belief, nothing will happen. एक छोटी सी example देता हूँ, my favorite example. I give you example of a person. Example number 1. There are 3 things. One is K, S and A. K stands for knowledge, S for skill, A for attitude. ठीक है? 3 चीजें ना आपकी. एक knowledge है. Knowledge आपको क्या बताता है? Knowledge tells you what to do. Knowledge है what to do. What. And then you need to have something else as well. And what is that? How to. You know what to do. That is knowledge. You know how to drive a car. You know लाल बत्ती पे रुकना है. That is what? Knowledge. You have the knowledge. You know how to drive a car. Fine. You have a license. जैसे भी लिया हुआ है. लेकिन you have a license. So it means that you have a skills to drive a car. Knowledge भी है, skill भी है. आपको पता है लाल बत्ती पे रुकना है. आपको ये भी पता है गाड़ी कैसे चलानी है. But you don't stop on the red light. You overspeed very frequently. Why? There is one thing missing. Want to. I know what to do. I know how to do it. I don't want to do it. See the difference? आपके पास you have what to do. Most of us know what to do. And then also know how to do it. अपनी अपनी जॉब्स में आप खुद देखें, आप मशीनें चलाते हैं या आप प्लांट में बैठे हैं या आपके पास ऑफिस का काम है, आपको अपने काम की महारत भी है, आपको डिग्री भी है. You know exactly what to do and you know exactly how to do it, but you don't want to do. नहीं करना मैंने, because क्या फायदा नहीं करने का? That is where attitude comes in. So जो want to do आती है, वो attitude से आती है. And now take example of a person who has a very good degree. Harvard का पढ़ा हुआ है. Knowledge उसका 100 पॉइंट दे दें. 100 में से 100 दे दिए. Skills, he is working on a job and he is working on a job for the last 10 years. 20 years कह लें जी. बाबा हो गया अपने काम का. You give him 100 दे दें पूरे दिन. He knows exactly what to do. He knows how to do it. So 100 plus 100 gives you 200. So the formula here है K plus S, knowledge plus S multiplied by A, that is your output. So knowledge may be 100, skills may be 100, gives you 200, but the attitude is 0, he doesn't want to do it. So 200 multiplied by 0 becomes 0, so that your output is 200, my dear.
There is one another thing, the environment.
Jay?
You are ignoring the environment in any given office or something like that. You are ignoring.
Then you are at the wrong place. You need to find out where you can be whatever you want to be. वो भी आपको next में मिल जाएगा. ठीक है? Now the knowledge and the skill part is something which most of us has, but most of us don't have the will to do something, and that way their attitude comes in. Now look at take an example of another person जिसकी मैंने आपको बताया, and I'm going to share the result of a very recently conducted survey in the United States. Okay, out of about 4 million millionaires in America, about 70% they're high school dropouts. So it means to become successful, you don't need to have a college degree. उसी के example देने लगा. Why? Because take an example of one person who knowledge में 100 में उसको आपने सिर्फ 20 दिए. जाने के बाद बस BA की डिग्री है, BA 20 दे दें उसका. Skills में अभी नया काम शुरू किया है. He is a freshman. He has just graduated and he has just started his job. So you are giving him 10 points only. 10 plus 20 gives you total of 30. But he is a fresh guy. He is full of energy, a spark. He really wants to do something. Sir, मेरे पास time नहीं है. मैंने 5 साल में GM बनना है. Sir, I want to do this and I want. So attitude उसका 10 है. 100 ना दे, 10 दे रहे बेचारे को सर. 10 plus B's, 10 जमा B's, 30 multiplied by 10 gives you output which is equal to 300 units. As compared to the first man, who is Baba of his field, who is doing that job for so many years, and our organization, unfortunately, are full of those people. They know exactly what to do, they know exactly how to do, they don't want to do. They don't want to change. They're happy with the miseries of their life. And they are spreading this miserable virus to every new person who they hire. That is the dilemma of society. Nothing will happen. This education system will nothing not change unless you build that aware attitude. The same example of a child. Before you send a child, you force a child to go to the school. बच्चे डंडा मार के नहीं तुम स्कूल जाओगे नहीं मैं मारूंगा. I think it's much better if you spend some time with the child, trying to make him aware of the cost of not going to school. And you will be surprised if he will love to go to school for the next day. I'll give you an example of a research. Recently, last year conducted to have it was I think 40 years ago, but उसको revise करते रहते हैं. They took a sample of 2 class के 2 बच्चों का लिया, एक दोनों को प्ले ग्रुप में डाला. So प्ले ग्रुप में से आधे बच्चों को like the normal education system, they were supposed to move to the next class without being asked. प्रमोट हो जाएंगे साल के बाद प्ले ग्रुप में जाके नेक्स्ट ईयर में प्रमोट हो जाएंगे. ओके. नाउ द सेकंड सैंपल जो बच्चे थे 20 बच्चे उनको बताया गया नहीं, we will not send these kids to school to the next scale unless they ask to go to the higher grade. तो उनकी टीचर को ये कहा गया कि you don't have to do anything with these kids, just let them watch all these movies. प्ले ग्रुप में टीवी लगा होता है, कार्टून लगा होता है, मूवीज चल रही होती है. अच्छा. And when they ask a question, just answer the question. So एक साल गुजर गया, क्लास के आधे 10 बच्चे जो थे वो अपनी क्लास में आगे मूव हो गए. They were forcefully moved to the next class. ये जो 10-15 बच्चे थे इनको क्या कहा, साल 1.5 साल के बाद they never went to the next class, उसी में बैठे थे. And they started asking questions to the teacher. Teacher, why this person has a nice car and he is mopping on the floor? Teacher, I want to have a big wrench. Teacher, I want to have my own helicopter. What do I need to do? And the teacher would go, well, son, you need to go to school to do this. Oh, okay, and that's all. So, 1 साल बच्चों ने इस तरीके से अपनी पूरी प्ले ग्रुप गुजारा, not being trained or anything. 1 साल में नहीं, दूसरी क्लास से वो बच्चे 1 साल पीछे रह गए. Just answering the queries of the kids. ये क्यों नहीं हुआ? Because उसने ये किया, उसने ये किया. Why? अच्छा, वो स्कूल नहीं गया, इसलिए वो आपके घर में मुलाजिम है. अरे वो अच्छा, that's all. So the next year, before the next year, next academic year, every child was screaming, we want to go to school teacher, we want to go to school teacher, we want to go to school teacher. So they were sent to the higher grade. Now, 14 years down the road, जो उनका हाई स्कूल का डिप्लोमा है, उसमें उन्होंने बच्चों की परफॉर्मेंस को मेजर किया. And they found out those 10 or 15 students who opted to go to the school, the grade school, they performed at the top of the class for each and every class. Whereas those students who were like the system, education system, were sent to the next class, they were on the average of the class. So that's where the attitude comes. बच्चों को कुरान शरीफ पढ़ाने के लिए हम भेजते हैं, मार मार के मौलवी साहब उसको बकरा बना देते हैं. And फिर वो बच्चा कुरान शरीफ खत्म करके सारी उम्र उसको हाथ नहीं लगाता. वो अलमारी के अंदर ताले में रहता है. Because the pain is associated with Quran. Pain. Because it was forced on him कि बेटा ये पढ़ो नहीं तो सोटी पड़ेगी. उसको ये नहीं पता रहा है कि इसका पढ़ना क्यों जरूरी है? Most of us are living with this. This is the system we live in. And there is nobody else who is going to bring the change, my dear. Each and every one of us. If I am able to convey this message to 50 people, at least I have changed 50 units, family units. That's all. And you will see the change in your kids. So instead of associating the pain, you need to give them a positive belief. And then you will see the results are going to be totally different. Again, give you an example of my son. He is 9 years old. He doesn't go to sleep without praying, without saying his prayers, and also without reciting the Quran, because he knows what it is. I never forced Quran on him. He knows why. He knows what exactly is in the book. And unlike any other place where you find Quran in the locker, it is most, a powerful reference book you can have. And this hint I picked up from Amsterdam airport. Sitting on the Amsterdam airport business class lobby, and the person started asking me, what do I do 95 ki baat? Oh, main ye karta hu, oh, okay. Oh, I know a person like you who exactly has the same sort of a story. Oh, would you like to talk? Because it's my field, so I always get this excited if somebody has something to share with. And he said, I know a person in France who rose from a street hawker. Street hawker, you know, क्या कहते हैं आप? फेरी वाला. ये जो आपके छोटे-छोटे नहीं होते स्टॉल चिप्स बेचा करता था फुटपाथ के ऊपर. And he became a millionaire selling processed French fries. How? उसका भी हो रहा है. And know the France at that point in time, full of corruption, dishonesty. Everybody is selling something else and telling people other different stories altogether. And he said, okay, I became honest. I started writing down in each and every piece of the packing कि इसके अंदर कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेवल इतना है, इसमें वेजिटेबल शॉर्टली यूज की हुई है, लॉर्ड यूज नहीं की, जो कि पिग का बड़ा सस्ता मिलता तेल, वो यूज नहीं हुआ, इसकी कैलोरीज ये है, डेट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ये है, पसंद ना आए वापस कर दीजिएगा. And he said the first few months के अंदर everybody, पहले first of all the very first month 60% people brought the food because खा भी लिया, यदि पसंद नहीं है पैसे तो वापस करो. Next महीने percentage कम होगी, उससे महीने अगले percentage कम होगी. He said, suddenly I found out that I'm making money and I was making money. So I had to hire people, and so I grew, and now I have the largest franchise, largest manufacturing facility of the French fries, producing 27 different sorts of French fries. And the interviews was going on, and his person asked last, hey guy, so where did you get this inspiration from of being honest to the society? And he said, from the book. Okay, so can you show me the book? So he showed the book to all those people. And you know what he showed? It was Quran. He said, I was just flipping through the pages, and मुझे हुआ कि जी नाप तोल के डालो, जो कहो वो करो. And I learned this lesson from. And he said, okay, now my next question is, then why didn't you convert to Islam? And he said, well, whatever is written in the book is absolutely truth. But I still see the followers of this book. If I am able to find out a true Muslim who follows the book, I will convert. I have not seen many people who follow this book. So ये भी stories हैं. So my dear, ये जो इस तरीके से हम अपनी life के अंदर ये छोटी-छोटी चीजें कर रहे हैं, ये go anywhere and you will find out that the whole world has taken a U-turn. And they say, stop making people good managers and wives and husbands and so on and so forth. If you can just make them good human beings, everything else will take care of it. That's what we're talking about at the verge of the 21st century. Now here comes the child. You see, we don't question. We just take things granted. कोई हमारे से कुछ होता है, we don't ask a question. We don't try to find out why this person is better than other. We don't find out why did it happen to me, why everybody is hating me, why people don't love me, me all the time. Why I have 4 accidents in the last one month. Why I failed 20 times. What is the difference between me and him? We don't ask questions. And वो जो बच्चे की example दे रहा था कि उसके पहले first 7-8 years of his life gives a much more learning as compared to the next 40 years because उस बच्चे की ego नहीं होती जो कि हम 10 साल के बाद बनानी शुरू कर देते हैं। फिर हमें शर्म आती है सवाल पूछते हुए। अब शर्म आती है यार, लोग मजाक उड़ाएंगे। उस बच्चे को शर्म नहीं आती सवाल पूछते हुए। मम्मी पैदा कैसे हुआ? वो पूछ लेगा। That's where the learning is. So unless you know or develop this habit of asking questions, not just letting things go like this, ask a question. Why did it happen to me 20 times? What did I do? What can I do to make a difference in the quality of my life? What can I do today to have a better life tomorrow? What are those things actions I need to take today? Why did I fail? What can I do to avoid the failure? What can I do to have a better relationship? Questions, yeah, questions. These questions give you so much that you will see that आपके पास every single thing which you think was not possible, it was not, the failure was not because of you, you will find out it's only you to blame. If you see one man is better than you, other, and if you, I have seen him, we हम 2 दोस्त थे, हमने इकट्ठे स्कूलिंग की, इकट्ठी एजुकेशन की, इकट्ठे एक ही कॉलेज से MBA किया, उसकी तनख्वाह 25,000 है, मेरी 5,000 है, सब देखने जुल्म है ना, उसकी सिफारिश है कि नहीं? इसकी एग्जांपल वो मैंने एटीट्यूड की दी है। If you ask a question, deep inside you, और ये प्रॉमिस है, he who cannot ask cannot live. And then again, कुरान की भी इसमें बहुत है, लेकिन ये जो प्रेजेंटेशन मैंने तैयार की हुई है, ये इस मॉडल में से तैयार की है कि ये प्रेजेंटेशन सिर्फ मुसलमान नहीं होते, तो हमें बाकी जो लोग हैं मजहब के उनके भी ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल दोस, इसमें कुछ बाइबल की कोटेशन भी डाली है। तो ये बाइबल की है, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. So ask question, asking question puts you on a road to discovery. What did I do to change my life? What can I do? What should I have done? How can I avoid? How can I be better than him? ये सारे सवाल हैं। मेरा कल इम्तिहान आ रहा है, what should I do today? कल I have to prepare and I have to go for an interview. What should I do? What actions need to look into? कपड़े कैसे पहन के जाऊँ? Again a question to a friend. यार मैं कैसा लगता हूँ? मेरी क्या खराबियाँ हैं? मेरे में क्या अच्छाइयाँ हैं? मुझे किस चीज़ पे काम करना चाहिए? मेरे बाल ऐसे अच्छे लगते हैं, ऐसे अच्छे लगते हैं। मेरी पैंट ऐसी होनी चाहिए, ऐसी होनी चाहिए। मैं क्या कौन सा कपड़ा, कौन सा कलर पहनूं? Question. Yeah, I have seen people coming. It's a height of whatever you like. Height है ये कि 10-12 साल से कपल साथ रहते हैं, जब लड़ाई झगड़े पे आती है तो बातों में एक वो बात है, वो कहता है कि 10 साल हो गए, इसको पता है आपको ये रंग बुरा लगता है, फिर ये पहनती है। It's not funny, you know. It tells you a lot. We don't ask. We don't ask. And you don't get what we don't ask. So अगर आपने पूछा ही किसी से नहीं, तो फिर आप कैसे कह सकते हैं? फिर तो आप I've done this exercise many times. मैंने क्लास के अंदर अपनी क्लास की MBA की प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स की वर्कशॉप हो रही थी, प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स, टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ टू प्रेजेंट। तो मैंने वेरी एक्सरसाइज में क्लास हो गया, MBA की क्लास के लिए पढ़ा रहा था। तो उसमें मैंने ये किया, आई फॉर्म 2 ग्रुप्स, वन वाज लड़कियों का था, एक उसमें स्पेशल क्वेश्चन आता है अपीयरेंस, उसमें एक सब्जेक्ट था। उसके लिए मैंने कहा द बेस्ट थिंग इज इंस्टेड ऑफ मी स्टैंडिंग एंड गिविंग अ लेक्चर एंड टॉकिंग अबाउट, किताब में ये लिखा होता है ऐसे तैयार हो क्या, लेट देम फाइंड आउट फ्रॉम ईच अदर। तो मैंने एक लड़कियों का ग्रुप बना दिया, एक लड़कों का ग्रुप बना दिया। लड़के बैठे हुए क्लास में, दे आर टुगेदर फॉर लास्ट 2 years। ठीक, क्लास लास्ट सेमेस्टर की क्लास थी। बड़े लड़के हीरो बने हुए जनाब, सूटी टोपी टाइयां शाइयां लगा के, पीली नीली कमीजें पहन के बैठे, आज प्रेजेंटेशन फाइनल हो रही है एंड द गर्ल्स आर गोइंग टू स्टे। सो आई गिव द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू गर्ल्स कि आप ये बताइए कि हाउ यू वुड लाइक योर फेलो men to dress in our office environment. And they started within the first 5 minutes of their presentation. आप believe करें, the boys start sweating because जितनी चीजें अगर उन्होंने लंबे बाल रखे हैं तो उन्होंने कहा कि we hate, it's totally unprofessional having a long hair. We hate pink colors. ये प्रोफेशनल नहीं है, टाइगर कलर ये नहीं होने चाहिए, पहुंचे इतने नहीं होने चाहिए. एंड दोस्त गाय 2 साल से पहले रोज हीरो बन के आते थे क्लास के अंदर. So again, it was a discovery, and I am asking you to put yourself on the road to that discovery. Don't listen to me. Just find out. Just ask people, as many people as you want, or all those people you associate or you value in your life, and you will find out. Okay, most of the things which you are living with or which you have learned or picked up from the environment are not valid anymore. They will tell you. Habit डाल लीजिए, asking questions, any walk of life. टीचर से पूछें. मैंने एक टीचर को बताया अभी थोड़े दिन पहले फोन आया कि जी आपका सेमिनार हो रहा है, आपने हमें इनवाइट किया मैंने जी. And remember, it is not a participant. She is a principal of a English medium school in Lahore. I invited her, she called me back to find out what the seminar is all about. And I explained about success and a person mastery. And then I suppose that, it's basically as a whole, human being as a whole, it can have a widely application in almost every single thing. So if you want teachers to come, then वो भी आ सकते हैं. And she goes, भैया बात ये है कि मुझे अच्छे इंसानों की जरूरत नहीं. मुझे अच्छे टीचरों की जरूरत. अच्छे इंसान बन के तो टीचर का बनाएंगे. I'm talking about a well-educated principal of a local business, local school, English medium school. ये है हालात कि वो टीचर है, प्रिंसिपल है, 2 बजे छुट्टी हो रही थी, उसको इनवाइट किया है एज अ गेस्ट, एंड शी रिफ्यूज्ड टू कम इवन एज अ गेस्ट. तो फिर क्या सीखोगे यार जिंदगी में? वो जो उसने 15 साल पहले अपनी क्या डिग्री ली होगी, क्योंकि हमें तो खुद पता सारा कुछ. सो जब ये आ जाए ना, हमें सब कुछ खुद पता है, वहां से you start your journey towards being dead. वहां से you are on the road, and that's exactly the dilemma which most of us will face. Okay, my dear, we have talked a lot about all these things. अच्छा ये करना है, वो करना है, all this process की हमने बात की है. Now I'm going to quickly talk about asking question के आपको बड़ी मजे की मिसाल देने लगा था, मुझे याद नहीं रही. एक you get if you ask. उसकी एग्जाम्पल है. एक कपल जॉब छोड़ दी, ट्रेनर्स, पैसा एक पाइल के पास में, सैन डियागो, मियामी में बैठे हैं अमेरिका के अंदर, सैन डियागो के अंदर कॉन्फ्रेंस आ रही है, and they want to go, but they don't have money, not even a penny to go. So what happens? So they pick up, लड़की ने reluctantly फोन उठाया and talk to the conference organizers. कि जी ये दो हम हैं, हमने अभी अपना बिजनेस शुरू किया है, we want to come over to the seminar, but we don't have the money. So उसने कहा मैं put you on hold and talk to the person who is in charge of it, and talk to the person, and the person said okay, so if you don't have the money, please come over. हम पैसों के बगैर आ जाए. And here was the first success. Now they said okay, अब तो इसका तो इंतजाम हो गया, लेकिन अब मियामी से सैन डियागो जाना है, तो अब जहाज के तो पैसे तो वो भी नहीं होंगे, अब क्या करें? So she picked up the telephone and TWA जो एयरलाइन है उससे डायरेक्टर से बात, put me through that person, बात करें, सारी स्टोरी सुनाई. उसने कहा मैम you don't have to narrate the whole story. How many tickets do you want? I said 2. Okay, you got 2 tickets, I am booking you. And she said, but why did you give me this ticket? Why did you give me this ticket? And he goes, I like those people who ask. This is the first time that you asked and you got it. So he got the 2 tickets. I was put out of fun. Yes, it's a true story. It's a true story. Actually, I am a member of National Speakers Association. उसका एक help desk है. If you are a member of that, they send you stories on email के ऊपर every day. They send you latest stories. They collect the stories from all over the world. लोगों की जिंदगी में जो है. So the next one was, where do we stay now? It's a 5 days conference. So they pick up the telephone and talk to the Marriott. Marriott ने कहा ये नंबर ले लें, हमारे हेड ऑफिस बात करें. हेड ऑफिस में बात की. उसने कहा कि एक्चुअली मेरा पूरा Marriott बुक है. मैरिड वो जगह थी जहाँ पे कॉन्फ्रेंस हो रही थी। सो हाउ अबाउट हमारा एक नया रेस्टोरेंट, एक नया होटल शुरू हो रहा है, अभी कंप्लीट नहीं है, उसके सिर्फ 10-15 कमरे खुले हुए हैं, वो शहर से 15 किलोमीटर बाहर है। हाउ वुड इफ आई गिव यू 2 rooms there? And she goes, कोई बात नहीं, दे दो। उसने दे दिए, कमरे में मिले, जहाज का टिकट मुझे क्या, और सेमिनार की भी सब कुछ हो। अब कहते हैं यार अब 15 किलोमीटर रोज आना और शाम को जाना, नाउ वी नीड अ टैक्सी। कॉल द टैक्सी गाय, उनको पूरी स्टोरी सुनाई और टैक्सी वाले ने, उसने जो एविस रेंटल कार वाला, उन्होंने ओके कोई बात नहीं, हम आपको ऐसे करते हैं कि यहाँ से हमारी शाम को गाड़ी ये गुजरती है, जो हमारे मेन जो क्लोजिंग होती है गाड़ी, हर गाड़ी यहाँ से गुजर के जाती है, तो थोड़ा सी टाइम की फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी दे दें, बिटवीन 6 and 6:30 हम आपको कोई ना कोई ड्राइवर जो गुजरता है उसको बैठे आपको उठा के ले जाएगा, ऐसी होती बात, क्योंकि वो भी रेंज हो जाए। So the poor couple, they don't even have the money to buy lunches because, buy dinner, because lunch का और breakfast तो वहाँ पे था, dinner के पैसे वहीं। So the very first day the conference started off, and lunch भी break हुई, lunch वगैरह कर लिया। So right after lunch, before the session started, they said to the conference organizer, we have a small announcement to make. Okay, well, make an announcement, and the couple came on the stage and they said, well, this is the whole story. That's why we're here. We never want to miss this opportunity. But we don't have money to buy our dinner. Can someone be our host to buy us dinner for next 3 nights? And there was, out of a crowd of 500 people, there were 400 people who said, we will be your host. So this story is it's a 5-year-old story. Now they have their own big company and they are public speakers, very successful couple. And the story का purpose ये है कि most of us have a belief that it will not work. We don't ask. We really don't ask for help. शायद हमारी ego इतनी ऊपर चली गई है, या that risk of failure doesn't let us do anything. कि शायद ये ना हो जाए, यार अगर हो भी जाए तो what? अगर तो आपने स्टेप लिए बगैर वो स्टेप ही ना लिया, because of the risk of a failure, it means that you have already failed, isn't it? अगर आप वो काम ही ना करें कि कहीं आप फेल ना हो जाए, it means you have already failed. But if you take the step, even if you fail, that is a temporary failure. That's not permanent failure. That is a very, very, very sort of a failure. So my dear, वो क्वेश्चन की बात थी, setting goals, talking, listening, reading is never going to change your life. It doesn't. I'm telling you. All those people who are coming to the seminar, they're not coming just to listen to me. I don't have any intimate relation with them. They're coming over. Where did you take this step? Fine, I have told you something. I've told you, I've shared myself, I've shared my experiences. Just because I don't want you to go to the same misery I've gone through to bring to everything which I'm bringing you to all of you today. But remember one thing, okay, life is about setting goals. Now ask a simple question. I'm going to ask a simple question. Do we have milestones in our life? If you are going to Islamabad, the same old example which I gave you, you know the destination, you have the resources, but you have not set the milestones. Milestones क्या है? Within 40 minutes you should be close to Gujranwala. If you are not at Gujranwala, within 40 minutes something is wrong. This is a milestone. रास्ते में गुजरात आएगा, गुजरात आएगा. हमारा पता क्या हाल है? कुछ लोगों का तो ये हाल है कि डेस्टिनेशन का पता ही नहीं, और जिनको डेस्टिनेशन का पता भी है उनके पास माइलस्टोन ही नहीं है. सो व्हाट हैपन? 25 साल की उम्र से 55 साल की उम्र तक, 30 साल का जो टाइम स्पैन है कैरियर का, 55 साल की उम्र तक वो पहुंचते हैं तो फिर बताते हैं कि यार मैं जिंदगी में उधर पहुंच नहीं सका. तो पाकिस्तान के 10-year 5 प्लान की तरह जो कभी पूरा इम्प्लीमेंट ही नहीं होता. Why? Because 5 साल गुजरने के बाद उसकी वैल्यूएशन की जाती है कि ये हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, कभी तो नहीं हुआ. तो इसी तरीके से हम भी मिशन लेके चल रहे हैं, रिसोर्सेज लेके चल रहे हैं, लेकिन माइलस्टोन नहीं है कि विद इन 1 ईयर आई शुड बी दिस। 2 साल के अंदर मैं डिग्री कर चुका हूँ, उसके बाद मैं जॉब करूंगा, उसके बाद मैं ये करूंगा। सो यू हैव स्मॉलर गोल्स, ब्रेक अप इन अ बाइट साइज, बाइट चंक, जो आपके बाइट के साइज है ना उसके चंक बना लीजिए, एंड देन ब्रेक दैट मंथली गोल इनटू स्मॉल डेली वीकली गोल्स। All those people who made tremendous success, you will be surprised to know they have a very small diary in the jail, in the pocket. And they keep on writing the small stuff. You know what those small stuff is all about? इस हफ्ते के अंदर मैंने ये करना है, मैंने ये करना है, मैंने सुबह 7 बजे उठना करना है, मैंने रात को आधा घंटा पढ़ना करना है, मैंने वॉश करना है, मैंने एक्सरसाइज करनी है, मैंने जॉगिंग पे जाना है, मैंने रात को सोने से पहले आधा घंटा ये साला करके सोना है। स्मॉल गोल्स, स्मॉल एक्टिविटीज। इस हफ्ते में मैंने ये 3 बुराइयां छोड़ दी, इस हफ्ते में मैंने टीवी देखना आधा घंटा कम कर देना, इस हफ्ते से मैंने इंडियन मूवी हफ्ते में 1 कर देनी है। So it means that at end of each week, or rather at the end of each day, you know exactly if you're moving or you're not. So you don't have to wait for the 10 years or 30 years plan down the road to decide if you're moving or if you're not. So all those people I'm referring to who made tremendous success, they have this habit of having, or starting their day and having a monthly, weekly, and also daily goals. इसकी एक एग्जाम्पल बड़ी रियल लाइफ अगेन स्टोरी है, वो मैं आपको बता दूं। एक 15 साल का बच्चा, उसने 15 साल की उम्र में इसी तरह का सेमिनार हुआ, उसने 2 दिन छुट्टी की, घर बैठ गया, उसने अपनी जिंदगी के 127 गोल लिखे, 127 गोल्स, जिसमें डिग्री से लेके सुइज कनाल को पार करना है, फलाने माउंट के ऊपर चढ़ना है, सारे गोल्स थे, गाड़ी पुरानी खरीदनी है, घर ऐसा होना चाहिए, और एक गोल उसमें सब कुछ, एंजॉयमेंट गोल्स, कंट्रीब्यूशन गोल्स, लाइफ गोल्स, कैरियर गोल्स, पर्सनल गोल्स, बीवी ऐसी शादी करूंगा, एवरी गोल। एंड आल्सो एक गोल, आखिर गोल ये था कि मैं 21वीं सदी देख के मरना चाहता हूँ। इस वक्त वो 75 साल का है, पिछले साल वो 75 साल का था, 127 में से 108 गोल वो पूरे कर चुके हैं। एंड ही सेज आई कैन नॉट डाई, आई स्टिल हैव few goals left, and also I have to see the next century. He's already 75 years old, and he says that he's very sure कि मैंने अगली क्वार्टर पूरा देख के मरूंगा। So I did, that is the power of the goal. So how do you start your day? At the end of the day, रात जब गुजरती है, दिन चढ़ता है और रात हो जाती है, जब आप सोने लगते हैं, फिर नींद की गोली खाने की जरूरत इसलिए पड़ती है ना, do you really ask yourself कि आज मैंने दिन में क्या खोया, क्या पाया, क्या गलती की जो कल से नहीं करनी चाहिए थी, या कल से मैं दिन ऐसे गुजारूंगा? Do you ask yourself these questions either from a business language? आज आपने क्या सीखा, कल आप क्या करेंगे, आज आपकी लीडरशिप स्टाइल में क्या चेंजेस रिक्वायर्ड हैं या डिजायर्ड हैं? We don't set small goals, and that's why we don't go anywhere. Because एक साल गुजर जाता है, 2 साल गुजर जाता है, but at the end of the day, unless we have smaller goals, we will waste our time and won't do much towards the mission. All those people, again, very quickly, I have 2 more slides before the break. Once you have taken the action, starting from all those, the very first one कि आपने discover भी कर लिया, passion भी देख लिया, dream भी बना लिया, आपने questioning की habit भी डाल ली, आपके अपने beliefs भी ठीक हो गए. Now you have set up the goals, and then what comes? Then take an action. Without action, nothing is going to happen. Once you have decided, okay, yes, this is my life, this is my dream, this is my passion, these are my beliefs, and these are my smaller goals, I'm going to make it happen. Then 100%, fully, wholly, solely, stay committed to the goal, to the dream. Now, I'm not talking about all those people who made tremendous success. They were very flexible in the approach, but they were strongly committed. जैसे उस बच्चे की example दिया, 200 acres and 400 horses का जिसका ranch है, He was very focused. देखिए एक है पावर, इसको कहते हैं, इसमें एक पावर है फोकस की. अगर आप अपने डेस्टिनेशन को नहीं देखते तो जो आप देख रहे हैं यू विल एंड अप देयर. अगर आप रेस कार ड्राइवर्स जो होते हैं प्रोफेशनल, उनसे पूछें कि व्हाट इज द रूल नंबर 1 टू बिकम अ रेस कार ड्राइवर, दे विल टेल यू कि द रूल नंबर 1 इज इवन इफ यू आर अबाउट टू हिट द ग्राउंड, never ever lose the sight of the track. Because गिरते गिरते भी अगर आप if you are focusing on success, if you are focusing on track, at the last minute गाड़ी के टायर मुड़ के ट्रैक पे वापस आ जाती है. पर अगर आप वो देख रहे हो जिसको अवॉइड करना है, you will hit it. जो साइंटिफिकली साइकोलॉजिकली आज ये बात प्रूव है. आप एक बच्चे की बात, अगर आप अपने बच्चे से कहें गाड़ी चला रहा हो, बेटा वॉच द कर्व, वॉच द कर्व, वॉच द कर्व, यू विल सरप्राइज टू सी ही विल हिट द कर्व. Right? Definitely, yes. You know why? Because इसको हम कहते हैं power of focus. You land up where you focus. And if you are trying to avoid the failure, that's where you land up. So instead of trying to avoid the failure, you need to focus on the success and focus on the destination and the dream and a passion. Don't focus on avoiding the failures or the small turbulences in your life. Just focus, stay track. आप जिन गाड़ियों के एक्सीडेंट होते हैं ना ये हाइट पे पहाड़ी इलाकों में, आप जिन ड्राइवर से कभी आके पूछिए, कोई बचा हो ना, उससे पूछिएगा कि यार जब तुम्हारी गाड़ी नीचे खाई में गिरी थी तो तुम क्या देख रहे थे, वो आपको बताएगा वो क्या कर रहा है. वो खाई को देख रहा है. ये कानून कुदरत है. You land up where you focus and he was focusing. अब साफ है वो खाई में गिरने के लिए फोकस नहीं कर रहा. He was trying to focus to stay away from the khai. But because he was looking at the khai, he landed up there. So focus की जो ताकत है, you need to have the right focus. You become ultimately, you become whatever the environment you live in. अगर आप इसकी पूरी न्यूरोसाइंसिस को आप देख लीजिए ना, आपकी न्यूरो एसोसिएशंस हो जाती हैं. You become what you think. You become what you see. So the root, the cure, और ये सारी चीजें, पैशन, ड्रीम, अगर आपका इतनी बड़ी मिशन स्टेटमेंट आपकी लिख के आपकी टेबल पे लगी हो, आप उसको दिन में 15 दफा देखते हो, तो इट मींस दैट यू आर फोकसिंग ऑन द मिशन जो आपको सुबह से लेकर शाम तक शर्म दिलवा रहा है कि मुझे तुमने ये लिख के रहा, मुझे कहा था. Ask me a simple, tell me answer a simple question. All the managers, we know very clearly that before our companies can land up in success, ये पाकिस्तान का एक्शन प्लान क्यों बना रहे हैं? ये विजन 2010 कहाँ से आई? वो मलेशिया का महातिर मोहम्मद ने क्या कर दिया? So it means कि every the journey starts with a mission. मिशन ही है ना, पाकिस्तान का आज तक मिशन नहीं था, चलो नवाज शरीफ ने 20 विजन दे दिया. कंपनी के कोई भी मैनेजर बैठा हुआ है, हर कंपनी का अपना स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लान होता है, जिसकी सबसे पहले स्टेटमेंट होती है व्हाट इज आवर मिशन. The mission of our company is to become this, right? कभी आपने ये सोचा है कि अगर company, which is a larger human system, if the company cannot survive without having a mission statement, how can you survive as an individual without having a mission statement? And how many of you can claim right here, sitting here, that you have a mission statement of your own? क्या चाहिए? You don't know क्या चाहिए. At the age of 40 or 50, people come to me and share their unhappiness and miseries. Oh, I'm not happy. जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गई, खराब हो गई. सवाल पूछे, करना क्या चाहते थे बुजुर्गवार आप? बेटा पता नहीं. तो जिंदगी खो दी, पता नहीं किस चीज की. Wrong efforts, गलत जगहों पे मेहनत की, but मिशन ही कोई नहीं था, विजन ही कोई नहीं थी. So my dear, विजन या मिशन, तो मैंने आपको बताया जैसे इंटीग्रेशन सोसाइटीज की हो रही है, इंटरडिपेंडेंट, उसी तरीके से इंटीग्रेशन हमारी साइंसेस की भी हो रही है. और मुझे ये लगता है अगले साल, अगली सेंचुरी के दरमियान से पहले जैसे कि एक जमाना था, वी यूज्ड टू हैव ऑल दीज, एक डिग्री हुआ करती थी, एक ही स्कूल होता था, सारे सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाए जाते थे. फिर ये आगे स्पेशलाइजेशन के जमाने, और अब यही होना फिर क्या होगा कि there is not going to be more डिग्री सीरीज नहीं होगी. इसलिए कि एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, मैनेजमेंट, साइकोलॉजी, सोशियोलॉजी, हिस्ट्री, सारी चीजें मिलती जा रही हैं। मैनेजमेंट साइंस के अंदर आप देखें साइकोलॉजिकल कितनी एप्लीकेशन आ चुकी है। प्रोडक्शन में this human race in the last 1 century has improved everything but human beings. And now all those scientists are sitting together and talking about कि यार जितनी मेहनत हमने साइंस में की, अगर इतनी मेहनत कभी इंसान को इम्प्रूव करने में लगा दी होती, तो जिस इंसान के लिए ये मशीनें बनाई हैं वो इंसान शायद बेहतर होता। And that is a dilemma, and that is something which we have discovered at this point in time. Instead of wasting our energies and effort or trying to come up with all those technological advancements which we have done, अगर उसकी 1/10 हमने टाइमली खर्च किया गया होता to make the man right, तो ये दुनिया शायद फर्क नहीं। This human race has almost literally improved almost everything but the human beings. And the time has come when we are talking about making human beings better, because machine has not done anything and wonder. So once you have taken the action, सोचिए कि you need to stay determined to the action. और एक बात मैं आपको, I'm not showing you the rosy picture, because you see the success journey, it is easy, it is clear, it is, believe me, for all those who are 100% committed for it, you can have it. But it is not easy. अब ये जितने लोग सक्सेसफुल हैं, you cannot imagine कि उनको कितने फेलियर्स हुए हैं. All those people who made tremendous success in their lives, they have witnessed so many failures in their lives that you cannot imagine. One, starting from Mr. Honda, 10 failures before he started his plant. Big failures की बात कर रहा हूँ, small no's की बात नहीं कर रहा. Sorry, Mr. Honda, 17 failures. Fat Smith, 10 no's. Colonel Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken, 1,009 people refused and rejected his chicken recipe before he started his first restaurant. 1,009. हमें तो 2 दफा हमारी मैट्रिक में कंपार्ट आती है तो हम दिल में दाश्ता होकर खुदकुशी कर लेते हैं, चेंज कर लेते हैं, यार मेरा ख्याल है मैं डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकता, मैं कुछ और बन सकता। ये है हमारा faith. That's why everybody is not Colonel Sanders, because failures are always there, and failures are opportunities. They are here to teach us a lesson. We don't learn anything from the failure. We just get, हम depressed हो जाते हैं, वो तो हाल भी हो जाता है ना, रात को मुझे पास डिप्रेशन बढ़ा है पूरी सोसाइटी में, just because we take failure as an ultimate failure, and there is no such thing like ultimate failure. If a person has refused you a job, it doesn't mean it's that somebody has taken your life away. There are so many doors. एक दरवाजा बंद होता है, खुदा 50 दरवाजे और खोलता है. तो सुनिए जरा मजे की स्टोरियां. Socrates, बहुत बड़ा philosopher, Socrates, he was called a corrupter of youth. Walt Disney was fired because of lack of ideas. Walt Disney, person like Walt Disney who came up with a दुनिया का पूरा सेट चेंज कर दिया, इतना अच्छा आइडिया, उसको इस वजह से फायर कर दिया था कि he doesn't have ideas. Thomas Edison, the big scientist, उसकी टीचर ने कहा he's so stupid to learn, and he was kicked out of the school. Albert Einstein did not speak till 4 and did not read till 7, and his teachers called him mentally retarded. Louis Pasteur, scientist, was only a mediocre student in the class. Newton sir, did very poor in the grade school. Henry Ford failed and went broke 5 times before he succeeded. Winston Churchill failed 6 times in 6th class. One person whose name is Roger, he has no hand, not a single hand, and 1 leg. He became the tennis champion with 22 wins. He is the only handicapped to be certified as teaching professional by the U.S. Professional Tennis Association. एक और सुन लीजिए, एक शख्स का नाम है W. Mitchell. He has a car accident with 46 burned. 46 जगहों से जल गया. At the age of 50, plane crash में paralyzed हो गया. He is the only person who is at this point in time, he's a public speaker, happily newly married, and a billionaire businessman. Billionaire. Paralyzed person. और सुनाओ? कितने सुनाओ? हजारों सुना सकता हूँ. So,
पाकिस्तानी बताएंगे इसमें.
सर पाकिस्तानी फिर वही बात है कि हमारा पुलिस ये है. पाकिस्तान की मैं आपको 10 एग्जाम्पलें दे चुका हूँ और साका से भी मैं एग्जाम्पल आपको दे दूंगा. लास्ट टाइम हमने आपको टैम्पेट की एग्जाम्पल सुनाई थी कि उनको कितने के बड़े हुए हैं. जिस स्कूल में उनको धक्का पड़ा था उसी स्कूल में उनके बच्चे पढ़ के एजुकेशन से निकले हैं. तो यहाँ पे भी मैंने आपको बड़ी सुनाई है. हाँ सुन लीजिए. तो सागा को भी बड़े नोज हुए हैं. ठीक है. हाईनून के जवेद तारिक को लोगों ने ठुड्डे देके मार निकाला हुआ है. So ये बहुत हैं, लेकिन सुनने के लिए ये पाकिस्तान versus America is no different. I started this seminar by saying that there is no difference. You know, you need to change the belief. If you get something out of it, the belief अगर आप change करते हैं कि हाँ यार, if it is possible, all those people who I had 20, maybe 5 or 30 no's in last few months. So what? I learn everything, and every time I learn, I move on. Every time I learn, I move on. It's nothing so serious about it because failures are opportunities. They are opportunities. If you don't, they are just here to teach you a lesson. And that's all you need to do. With each and every failure, if you're just learning one lesson, just imagine for a while how much would you learn with all those failures. Okay. Before we go for a tea break and asset break, I'm going to show you clippings which we have gathered from the TV about the first session of this seminar. So दूसरा सेशन जब होगा उसके बाद की क्लिपिंग्स बाद में दिखा देंगे. ये सिर्फ आपको reinforce करवाने के लिए दिखा रहा हूँ. And I have gathered it on the TV. ये आपके Star TV से Oprah Winfrey Show प्लस CNN से मैंने कुछ क्लिपिंग्स निकाली हैं. एग्जैक्टली जो मैंने आपको बताई हैं ये वही हैं. ये आमिर साहब किधर?
From the Grand Ole Opry, after just one performance, the manager told him, "You ain't going nowhere, son. You ought to go back to driving a truck." That's what he told Elvis. Okay, take a look at this and remember these stories the next time somebody tells you that you aren't good enough. Some of America's most famous faces suffered big-time rejection before they were able to triumph. Before his records were gold, rock legend Elton John had been rejected as the lead singer by the English rock band King Crimson.
The incredible, incomparable Elton John.
His parents turned down for acting roles 216 times before he landed his first part in soap opera. In 1933, Walter Cronkite failed an early audition in local radio.
The station manager said I'd never make a radio announcer.
Can you believe this? Marilyn Monroe was rejected by a modeling agency in 1944. Warren Buffett, the world's second richest man, was denied entry into Harvard Business School. And the creator of Peanuts and Charlie Brown, Charles Schultz, had a cartoon rejected by his high school yearbook. Who's laughing now? Wow. Einstein, Albert Einstein didn't speak until he was 4. And his teacher had described him as mentally slow and adrift in foolish dreams. Walt Disney himself applied for a newspaper job for a lack of ideas. Walt Disney. You won't hear about on the evening news, but we're telling you today. In the seventh grade, I'm the first day of school, everyone said with the new school clothes on what they want to do in the future, safe what they want to do in the future. There was times that when I was done, I want to do I really wanted to be a police officer, but everybody was saying doctor and lawyers. I said that my name was Neil and I would be president when I grew up. And everyone it was a very chill act. It had a very chill effect on me. From that day on, that spending time investing in things. Okay, so where is low your name? How many people think you say you're doing that right now? Yeah, so when you ask me about wanting to be a millionaire, I guess that's why. Okay. You need to be low or above your means? Or right on the line? Way above. Way above. Well, there's a formula for bringing that out. And times your total household pre-tax income. And that gives you your expected value. If you were $400,000, if you work that, that's an enrollment. If you work half of that or less, what's the formula? 1/10 your age times your income. I'm 28, that's around 50, so I have a chance. But if you work less than half that, then you need what we call well, that might be a problem someday. Or if you double that, meaning that you're worth double the number of expectations, that's your what we call strategic accumulators as well. These are very interesting people. About 2/3 of these people can tell you their food, clothing, shelter, how they spend money. Very often these people have very limited number of credit cards. Often one, especially one of the physicians that told us that I'm not, which is saying that I'm very frugal. He has $700,000 a year. He's worth about $7 or $8 million. He has 2 credit cards. He has American Express for business and a Gold MasterCard for consumption, and that's it. Okay, no, that's one. But do they have children? 3 children. Okay, let's go on the list now and get questions, okay? This is what you mean. We're supposed to be coming money to build wealth. That's right. Most people, what they do is they spend their money before they make it in anticipation of what's going to happen. Not after. Okay. Financial authority over high social status. That's what got most people. Exactly. Look at achievement and talking to about achievement. And that's really what happens. In terms of what you think. Exactly. Exactly. And if you look at it again, remember when Paul told the American, I don't want to talk about the companies for millionaires before. Especially before that one people pick up driving the Ford for. Yeah, really. Do not accept substantial economic risk from parents. We buy children who will get cash for children who are adults between the ages of 40, between 25 and 40. We get at least $1,000 a year in cash for parents. Have approximately 70% of the net worth and less in terms of income, and children get nothing more. In other words, the money is well because what income from parents does is comes after medicine school. Get them started in the business and earn the money, or even a house. But the fact is that they go on and look out. 43% of children millionaires are having their children sent to private schools by their parents. So parents are 10% of them. Encourage their ability from economic situation. That's all. You want to look at the by not television they should be doing. And very often when they develop a next position because the children are very smart. Will say one thing and do something else. They won't believe it. Correct. And look at targeting market opportunities. Right. If you think about the businesses that these people are in, it's extraordinary. They're not necessarily based in the people who are scrap metal dealers, junkyard owners, people who own exterminating businesses. Very often businesses that perhaps my parents and your parents look down with their nose at and say, those people can never become wealthy. Yeah. I look at all of them, they get a guy on them who's like a billionaire making candles. Who's got all of that? Right. That's high tech. That's pretty good. Making candles. Choose the right occupation. Not so much. Yeah, there's a part list in the back of the book that people here were millionaires, and when we look at the things that the genius, thinking some of the things that they did, still really high of the businesses that they were in, and no one else thought about that, being that type of thing. I have nothing they started to go, waste management business, $millions for it, and just then the result of high school in Chicago, we were in buildings, and we were on the contract, we started that, and now it's multi-millionaire. And we went to General Motors, and they did a whole other place. Also have perfectionist standards and anti-workaholic. They don't hesitate or second-guess themselves. Driving up to tycoon. These are basically replaced by James and figures. These brilliant and inspired millionaires. Jonathan Drake was president, CEO, and co-founder of Reality Bites, which is Chambers Massachusetts-based company that creates diversity, holiday games, and entertainment. He's 29 years old, by the way, and sits behind the scenes of his executive life while holding and keeping the day the life of a technology guru. Down kind of business to make millions. That philosophy is based on Mr. Broadway. He started what we call blue-face clothing for just $100. Now that is hard to believe. Just $100? Just $100. $100? Anyway. Yeah. And he started a whole company. I bought a lot of your stuff too. And I didn't even know what was down. He kept running the store. I think he said stuff in the room. Oh, what is this?
This is a story of a woman who was a millionaire, and she started a business for less than $100. So please listen to me.
Oh, I'm thinking a lot. So, how did it happen? I started to do this because I couldn't have any clothing that fit me right that was good. And fun. I started wearing clothes, and those muscles were more expressive. So once I went to my first t-shirts or something, I started music when I was back in college, when I was 17, and up here, making t-shirts and dresses and videos, and from the development and the evolution of the company, opening the first retail store, family junior, next to everything, and helping all the stores in the country. So I started with $100. I had $100. So it was $100, and I didn't know. I did that to me. She said, "What's going to do right now?" I got $100. I got $100. I was my daughter. Now what? We must have an idea. We must do something about transparency, believing yourself. And what I realized is I was doing something that was a little personal use. I needed to be close. And I thought I was doing what makes them easy. Not just for the sound and highly successful. Millionaires are generally optimistic. They are creative problem solvers who can turn a failure into a success. And to turn problems into opportunities.
Thank you very much for this. I'm extremely sorry for the voice system. There is a lot of very gravitas against after it. So there is a break for about 20-25 minutes. That is the other break as well as the tea break. The tea is outside. Please yourself in the meantime. Bring your tea.